welcome back to Minecraft, but we're on a super flat survival world. Today, you might recall, in fact rather yesterday, we made some progress with note blocks. This is really cool to me. Like, while trying to collect every single block in Minecraft, I ran across enough redstone to make a redstone block, and then also make some of these. Isn't this fun? Oh, this isn't working. The redstone stops it. Today I learned. Anyway, so, wait, really that's true? You know, what is that all about? Huh. Anyway, so we made some instruments, which is really fun. I think this is great fun. However, we have to make some real progress. And interestingly, the way we're going to make real progress in this Minecraft world is by farming melons. Melons are the key to success. And if you don't know that, come along for the journey as I explain to you why that's true. Because yeah, although having note blocks and whatnot is great, the truth is for most of the things we want to do in this world, we're going to, I feel like I should light this up. I don't think I should just leave that there like this maybe. You know, it's future me's problem if mobs spawn on here, I bet. So yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll leave the redstone dust over there, and then we'll come back to this later. So yeah, long story short, I am in the fun situation of I'm in the fun situation of trying to get as many melons as I can, because melons are the key to progress. I've worked out that I need to cure roughly, obviously, this is based on luck, roughly 100 to 700 villagers, depending on which set of blocks you count. Basically, we're gonna need a lot more than that in some cases, but we need to get hundreds of villagers to get every single possible version off the branches of the trees, because we can never make a brewing stand. The only way we can get a cleric is by curing a villager and him magically becoming one already. The only way for me to get basically any mob is following the same pattern. And so yeah, we're gonna go to sleep for the night because there's no rain anyway. We just went through a batch of it. We're gonna go to sleep for the night. We're going to wake up in the morning and we're going to start farming melons because we need thousands of emeralds. Maybe more than thousands. Maybe high in, I guess honestly, anything's in the thousands. I could say dozens of emeralds and we might need 1,000 dozen emeralds, but that's still technically dozens. But yeah, so we're gonna be farming a lot of melons today. But why are we farming a lot of melons? Well, you already know, so I'm not gonna answer. But yeah, we're gonna farm a ridiculous number of melons, and that requires a couple of things. That's gonna require some buckets. That's gonna require a big commitment to because you know we're gonna need a lot of water for that, and yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. But I figured rather than doing one melon farm for eternity, because it is very satisfying if you look at a melon farm and you just see like they grow in a big batch together, I figured I would do something a little bit different instead and make this area of my world the melon farming place where we can show off a few different techniques. Because you know, you might not know this, but there are different ways to farm melons, and they've all got different levels of effectiveness. So let's work it all out. So first things first, we're gonna dig this area out. This is where this section of melon farm ends, and this is where the real section begins. And then let's use some of these blocks to make sure, because I didn't even notice this till just now. Some of my melon plants physically cannot grow anymore because they don't have blocks here to, so that's something we should fix up straight away. And yeah, hello everyone, how's it going? A sky height melon farm is actually a really fun idea. Like, you know, you could just do one melon on each one of them, but just the idea that you could make a sky height melon farm, I mean, why don't I have it like way over here in the corner? Just a single melon on each layer, and then we could like grow from 1 melon to 2 melons, and I think it's a great idea. Sky height melon farm, chat. After we've done our fun new melon farm. Okay, my PC crashed, and now I have extreme fear. Like, you know what happened last time?
My PC crashed.
Hello, that's me. So let's just make sure the world is there maybe, and then I'll work on the webcam, which is apparently not showing. Hello. There we go. Look at that. Yeah, why? How did your PC crash? It just does that. Oh no! Oh no! How has this happened? So I just how many times am I gonna have the same world go through this? This is 8 minutes into a live stream. I was literally thinking like, should I back it up this episode? And I was like, I backed it up last episode. I'll do every other. There's no point having every individual backup. Why are you taunting me like this, Minecraft? That sucks. That sucks real bad. Okay, I'm gonna try some things. I doubt it'll work. It doesn't seem good, does it? Oh, is that enough? Oh. We found the same bug again. I just wanted to farm some melons. Why did the melons specifically vanish too? This bug is specifically trolling me. Whatever I'm working on doesn't get deleted, and that's it. Like what if you play Bedrock? Back up your world every hour, or maybe look at all these villages. It's so weird what it decides to keep and what it decides to delete. I really can't get over that. Like, look at this. It's just what is going on down here? Are these my villages at least? These are my villages, so like I can still buy mending. They're just trapped in the ground now. I don't even understand what is not Lamar this again. How many times should it okay, I've got my inventory still. Let's rebuild from scratch, everyone. Okay, so I wanted to have a melon farm go over here. So we'll make sure we start with this like I was just doing. I mean, it's a bit weird that all the blocks I just mined went missing, but we can do that. It's great. And then we're gonna take the obviously we're gonna get rid of the flowers, and we're gonna do some inventory management. The good news is now I have no chests, so we'll just we'll make a little crafting table, and we'll build a chest from that. I don't have any wood. Well, you know, I've got some trees still. I've got 3 of my tree types. I've got my pumpkins. I've got some villagers. Look, I can start. I hope these are my cured villagers. They'll sit in the ground now, which is actually pretty cool. This is hard to do naturally. So I can sell my pumpkins in, get the emeralds, and then we can buy some stuff back. You know, we can buy some cakes if we really want to, and then we can eat the cakes now. And yeah, this is. I'm not gonna live with this. It's just such a bizarre bug, and it hurts. But this is why you make backups of your Minecraft world. So I'll quickly confirm the regular world is broken too, and not just the copy. Should I actually? I'll make another copy of it before I do so. Obviously, just well, maybe I should export it instead, just to keep a. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll delete this one, and then I'll go this, and I'll save a copy because like. Sometimes developers ask, like, how did that even happen? And I never know what to say. SUPERFLAT broke 43. So, yeah, the bad news is, do you know what we did yesterday? Just don't delete it, lol. Grab it back up. Yeah, do I have to? Let's believe that this world isn't corrupted and it was just the copy that somehow got broken. No, is it broken in the same way? It is. Yeah, it's gone, and my dog suffocates in a wall because he's like a couple blocks down. You can get a copy from the marketplace, says Dick Intrudes. That's true. No, yeah, that is the most recent copy I made. Load in a world with no inventory, and then I relogged, my inventory was back. Oh, let's give that a try. Oh wait, it's not gonna work though, because it's all the blocks in the world. Maybe, wait. No. You know what? I wanted to believe, internet. I wanted to believe. I didn't quite believe. So yeah, we got another pumpkin this time at least. So we just, you know, did we really need any of this stuff in the rest of this world? I don't think so. I think we were doing just great without it. We've still got bees, so I mean, we can start again from scratch. Think about it. Just rewind the stream, lol. Wait, actually, world backups. Oh, I remember from last time. Okay, chat, so I'm gonna level view. I can get my world save back, but it requires, okay. So, how do you want to entertain? Okay, so, in the time that I'm gone, you're gonna have to look at something, internet. So, how about here's a sheep. You're gonna we all look at the sheep. You can love him, you can hate him, you can do whatever you want. It's actually really okay. Let's just whatever. So I need to go find myself the backup of the file because my PC backs up daily. I have to just go find the specific file. Okay, so I can find out what the file is called. Like this takes some real doing, by the way. But I do have a backup. I do have a backup. So, yeah, I guess in the meantime, we can look at my face. Yeah, I mean, it's better than just looking at Minecraft, right? So, here we are. Hello. This is super flat survival now. I need llamas, so I'm going to look at some llamas for a bit. So, yeah, I can't show you what I'm doing because it's obviously my relatively sensitive backups. I have a backup of my PC which is done, I believe, every day. It said last file uploaded today. Let's hope that was before the crash, not after. I have to imagine it is. So then we go through the file. Okay, then I go through my local Minecraft files, and Minecraft worlds are saved as weird titles. So my world is known as, like, it starts with an L, is all you need to know. So now I need to go through my list of world saves. Sorry, through my hard drive to it's desktop, app data, local, packages, Microsoft UWP, local state, games, Mojang, Minecraft worlds. I have to go through all those folders, take the file from the backup, and move it into my existing one. And that usually, that should work if I can do it. So, good news, chat. I have to fix my Minecraft world on stream because it didn't have the decency to crash just before the stream. It waited till I was 5 minutes in. So, in this time, I would appreciate your thoughts and your prayers. Sorry for Streamless Day 2 taking such a wild turn. Yeah, if you ever get bored of the airport, if the llama, we can go to the airport. This is Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken. I might have taken this picture myself. If I didn't, I was exactly where this picture was not so long ago. And yeah, this is the money room, which I'm not in right now. I'm very much, you know, we'll go to the cave. There we go. This is what super flat looks like now. So okay, now we go to okay, it's in users, then it's in my user, I believe. Yeah, it is. Then it's in app data. Then it's such a long file path to find your, like, Minecraft basically, you know, like it's hidden away. It's not like easily accessible. Then it's packages. Then it's Microsoft UWP. So again, I would love to show you around my desktop, but for security reasons, you're just gonna get the verbal version where I say it out loud. You know, actually, do you want to just look at me in the face for a little bit? Yeah, you can do this while I do this. Please wait, your stream is on hold. Your business is very valuable to us. We know you have many choices in streams, and thank you for choosing Toy Cats. Your live stream patronage is very important to us. We know you have many choices in live stream provider, so thank you for choosing us. Your business is very valuable to us. Thank you for your live stream viewership. This is very valuable to us, and thank you for, we know you have many choices. Thank you for choosing us. See, there we go. I'll just say that on loop, and that'll definitely make you think, wow, look how grateful he is. He's saying it over and over again. That's what grateful people do. They record a loop of themselves saying, I'm so grateful, and then they play it over and over again to people who are waiting for something. I believe that's how that one works. Okay, so it's LN. Okay, oh god, is it LN? Is this this is the real world, right? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, so L and then N. Oh yeah, it's hard to, like, the files are all alphabetically organized in my backups. So is it LN? Yes, it is. Okay, so now I take this one file from my entire, like, 7 terabyte backup or something, and I try and get that downloaded. So we go through the entire backup, which just gets, like, big zipped up, and then we process that, and then after that's done, we can move it back into our world. Then we delete. It's kind of dangerous, but we'll delete this. So I'll go back to Minecraft now. Okay, so this is the wrong one. Where's the right one? This is the right one, I believe. Okay, so this world right here, we now replace with the version of the world that existed yesterday. You have 7 terabytes on your PC. No, I have 6 terabytes on a hard drive and 1 terabyte on an SSD. It's not actually using all of it. It's probably, I think it's like 5.5, like actually used, obviously. And so you should probably not delete anything. You know, I'll delete whatever I want. Thank you very much. I will delete all the things that I want. Including, you know, including nothing if I want it. Yeah, how about I delete nothing? Yeah, that'd show you, wouldn't it? Okay, so now we do. Okay, now I've got the backup. Okay, it's finally come in. So now what we do is we back out to the main menus. Okay, so this is SUPERFLAT, but it's back. This is the name of my SUPERFLAT series, but after we fixed it last time. So we go. I don't know why I have to become an expert in saving Minecraft worlds, but that's what I have become. Fortunately. Then we extract it, and once we've extracted it, we find the extracted file, and then we take the whole folder. Okay, so you're gonna witness some magic happen right now, or it's gonna be the opposite of magic. I genuinely have no clue. So this is my world that is broken. We go back to the menu screen, and we replace all of the data with the data from the backup. Again, it's weirdly, it's not encrypted. That's not the right word, but it's like it's that. You know, it's very opaque in how it all works. So we just replace. Did that work? I don't see it. Oh, I think it did. Maybe. I'm not quite sure. Okay, it did. So now we go back to play. And then maybe we make a backup correctly this time. If it works. SUPERFLAT, but it's back, Oh, man. See, I mean, I guess now I know I've got a backup to my backups. But that is a lot. That's a hard one to go through. Anyway, look at that. Okay, the world is back, and now just so we don't have to go through that nightmare again, we make a manual backup.
Howdy, toy cat. Behold the stages of grief you have gone through so far. Denial, no. Anger, why mojang. Bargaining, we don't need those things anyway. Here is your allowance.
What's the next stage of grief like? You know, that's good. I'll try my best to be the stages of grief for all of you, so you don't need to do it. If y'all have less than 1 terabyte, y'all need more storage on y'all PC. It's true. I mean, if phone's gonna have a terabyte of storage, and your PC is like 16 trillion times bigger than your phone, then you should have 16 trillion times more storage. So now I've got a backup of SUPERFLAT 43, and now I can play this, knowing that if it all breaks, it's good. Okay, so let's just pretend none of the last 20 minutes happened. Are you ready? What kind of phone has 1 terabyte? Every major phone comes in 1 terabyte as an option. My phone, like, it was only an extra, like, $300 for 1 terabyte on my phone. But I thought to myself, like, that costs them, like, 50, maybe 100. They're just upcharging, and I was like, well, I'm gonna show them and not need it. Yeah, a lot of people buy 1 terabyte phones. Like, you got lots of cat pictures, it's what you gotta do. Hello, I'm IBX Toycat, and welcome back to another live stream on the internet. Last week, we got some of these fun things. That's right, note blocks. Aren't these great? Don't you love the noises that they make? Yes, they are, and yes, I do. However, note blocks and redstone blocks, they are really great progress on a SUPERFLAT world where redstone doesn't spawn naturally, it's just a rare drop. However, I've got to make a different type of progress, and that progress involves melons. I had a really good idea that I needed, because honestly, the secrets to progress in this world, they come from melons, I tell you. Melons are the secret to all success and happiness, and let me prove to you why that is. So, number 1, we need lightning. We are, you know, in a way, we're waiting for a big event. I offered to do it off stream, and everyone unanimously said, this whole world has been streamed, and we like the, you know, people agreed with me that, like, it's cool that you can watch the entire progress from 0 to this, and I agree with that. Rather than doing off stream, no, we're doing something on stream, and that's something that's going to be important once we do get lightning, because lightning allows us to get new villages. We need hundreds of new villages, but it allows us to start that chain at the very least. However, what use of villagers if you can't go up their tech tree? What I mean by that is we can't get clerics manually, we can only get them by curing, but we have to pay for each and every one of their trades, upgrades if we want to get up and up further in the thing. So, yeah, basically to prevent that being a big issue, because we would like to do precisely that, we're going to get melons, because melons sell for one melon, like, block equals 1 emerald. That is an amazing deal, because melons can be farmed amazingly, and today I'll show you like 4 ways you can farm melons, because this is my classic OG melon farm. I didn't realize till looking at it now that it clearly needed some extra blocks for the stems to actually work. But this is the classic melon farm, or at least my classic melon farm. We got a row of one, we got a row of another, then every other block in the middle, or every third block, I guess, we have a melon stem. That, oh, there should be one over here, and one over here, and over there too. But that way we get the maximum number of pumpkins or melons. Melons and pumpkins, by the way, they grow exactly the same. So if you want to learn how to grow pumpkins, it's silly because you don't need that many pumpkins besides for farming. And 2 is the second thing you should maybe know is that my inventory is very full, and that's a problem. But the second thing you should maybe know is that, yeah, they work exactly the same otherwise. And so, yeah, you can have a pumpkin farm and a melon farm, mix them together, use the exact same logic, whichever way you want to do it. However, what you might not know is that melons can grow in lots of different ways. Because of the stem effectively growing in a random way, sometimes they'll grow in the middle here. See that? This stem here, oh, this stem here grew into the middle. That's interesting, is it not? And so, yeah, we're going to be doing some silly levels of pumpkin pie. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, yeah, we're gonna get ourselves lots and lots of pumpkin seeds, lots and lots of melon seeds, and then we're gonna make a whole brand new part of this farm. So this area right here, do you see it? Is it's you know it's kind of underutilized in this world. So I'm gonna dig a couple of blocks down, and I'm gonna plant my melons down in the ground. Gonna get a ton of dirt in the process, which is good because I can do some fun dirt things with it. And I'm gonna show you 4 types of melon farm. And then chat's been saying maybe we should make a sky height melon farm. And honestly, even though that's a terrible idea, it's exactly the type of terrible idea that appeals to me. So maybe we'll do that as well. So yeah, let's show you how to farm melons. So I don't actually have any seeds right now. We actually have to wait for the rest of it to grow. But let's start with the basic pattern. This one is a real good one, but an even better pattern, should you want to do it, is to so we'll. You know, we can make this even wider, is to have like a big, so actually we're gonna need some more blocks first, because by doing this a block down, it means we are kind of limited in a few ways. The best way to farm yourself some melons is to have a row of 2 things next to each other, like literally back to back. That way, oh man, you have to try and ruin my farm every time, don't you, friend? But by having the plants be back to back, you guarantee that, because you know what's going to be over here obviously is we're going to have big spaces. The melon blocks on this side will guaranteed grow on this side. The melon blocks on the melon plants on the right side will guaranteed grow there. This is the most efficient space-wise layout you can have. So just all the way covered in, and as long as you have some consistent form of water, it's also one of the most effective to harvest, because again, just imagine all the melons growing in one place. Very, very, very nice and effective. What you can even do if you want to be more, you can kind of mix it up. If you want to be more effective with your spacing, you could have another row of 2 go over here. So, you know, also, come on, guys. How are they spawning so close to the farm and just bouncing all over? I put a lot of work into that. I was trying to show, you know, it's fine. It's fine. I don't care anyway. So, use sticky pistons makes farming super easy. You know, I do love the idea of using sticky pistons. That sure would be a great solution that would work for my world that is super flat, because I do have I have access to the sticky part of the sticky piston, so it's not all so bad, right? Anyway, Sky High Melon Farm sounds great, says Rachel Winter. I guess we're on board for the Sky High Melon Farm, eh? So yeah, now we're gonna have to make a big chest for our dirt. I'm realizing now, like, we can't go in with this little storage, and yeah, we're gonna grow a lot. Also, was that a slime that hit me, or a skeleton? It sounded like a skeleton. Am I crazy? I guess they can just, you know what, whatever, it's fine. So we're gonna throw sugar away, because why do we even have that? Gonna pick up these melons, turn those into seeds, and make sure that we just have all the melons up here growing as effectively as they can. We don't wanna have wasted spaces. It's not very good in my opinion. So yeah, slime's the absolute worst when making farms in Superflat. Yeah, slime proofing is really hard in Superflat. The only easy, like, reliable, you know, repeatable way is just to hoe the ground down like this, or shovel the ground down. Halfway to the ground down. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to doing a lot of melon farming today because we need lightning, and I figured we can just like kind of casually do nothing, or we can work on the most ambitious project yet of rather than having 20 melon plants, let's have hundreds, let's have thousands, let's have too many. You know, rather than having just the right amount, we want to have way too many. Also, exactly, I agree with Kat. You need to start hoeing right now. If you don't hoe, you won't go. That's the that's life advice of Toy Cat right there. Okay, so I'm gonna put this button. I'm gonna put my other stuff away too. I've just got some garbage hanging around, and yeah, I need to clean my inventory because we need lots and lots of dirt. Honestly, cleaning your inventory should be something you do every day. But so should be cleaning your feet. And do you clean your feet every... Let's be honest, your feet are down there at the bottom of the shower. You forget about them till you're like, oh yeah, I guess I should get round to those things too. If you say you don't, then you're lying. Or I have very gross feet. It's one of the two. I'm pretty sure it's that you're lying though. So we'll put the azure bluette in there. We'll put the button in there, except we've already moved the button. We'll put the planks in there, honestly. Save some space, just... really minimize what's in our inventory versus what's out of it. So, is this the best I got? This is about as good as... Okay, we got a blast protection helmet that I definitely need to keep. Very valuable. I'll put it in my on this actually. Just to confuse future me about why I did this. Like I've got this valuable sword, and then I've got a leather cap. Wait. Whoa, what? My mind is blown. What just happened to me? Is this real? Is this a dream? Am I playing Minecraft correctly? Does that happen every time? Was it? It was one time? What, am I going crazy? Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, it's fine. So, I'm now it's not changing again. That was a one-time change. What? Oh, okay, I equipped this at the same moment. Okay, that's what happened. I was so... I guess I must have hit... Oh, it did both at the same time. It like right triggered to equip at the same time as putting it in there. So it moved the hat from the one on my head and then at the same time put it in there. That is a very crazy thing, to say the least. But anyway, that's a cool little... It's still a bug because right-clicking should do one thing. It shouldn't do two things at the same time. But that took a while to get over. See, that's why when something weird happens, you have to try and like think it out. Like, okay, what could have happened to me? What possibly could explain that makes any sense to anyone? And the answer is not always something logical, but there is always an answer. Okay, so now let's get back to our farm. Actually, we've got more stuff we could get rid of, like the slime blocks and the emeralds. I do need emeralds, don't get me wrong. But I'm gonna make sure I have the emeralds go in a nice safe place over here. So we'll move out the wooden tools, like shovels are great and all, don't get me wrong. But let's move those out of here. And let's make space for the emerald. We're gonna have a lot of emeralds going here eventually, so we'll deal with that when we deal with that. For now, we also have slime blocks that go into my big mob loot chest. Look, I was gonna say it's well organized. Look, it's well organized. If you just ignore that other one, it's perfectly organized. We'll put arrows in there as well, and also bone meal, and we're good to go. Okay, now we grab a chest for my dirt that's gonna go, and we'll be great. Also, member count should be 762 because you've got about the 10 members that the 50 members that Gary gifted at the end of last stream. I believe he gifted 10 members at the end of last stream, right? So that's what you mean. But that's still a good point that I don't think it did add to the counter. I'm not sure that it didn't. I think it did actually. I think you're wrong. Let's ask Kat. Kat's the... Actually, that's a bad example. She wasn't here. Let's ask someone who was here. You know, how many members are we at? You gotta give me your vibes, internet. So, so Kat got Thunder 3 hours 50 minutes since job SUPERFLAT. Yeah, hasn't got a Thunder in many live streams on Bedrock. You know, it's the cruel realities that you learn to live with when you're playing this version. It's sad, but it's the reality we live under. We are on 1K. You know, maybe we are on 1K. You ever think about that? I have never thought about that, that's for sure. He gifted 20 that I can recount while I was there. Yeah, I think he gifted 20, then 50, and then 10 at the end. Which, by the way, 80 members is... Darren single-handedly propping up that Iron Brew video. He will ensure that we all watch it. You know, actually, I want to ask if Darren's actually giving it a watch at some point. But yeah, I asked Darren himself. Your channel is dying, says Clicky, by the way. You know, that's actually true. Yeah, I think this is the first month I lost subscribers rather than getting them. It's something to actually it is something important to work on. Like you can focus too much on your existing subscriber base rather than, because it's always important to make sure you're getting fresh faces. I think I've been doing a bad job with that recently, so I need to up my game in a few ways. Get on them shorts, lol. Yeah, shorts are a good way to get subscribers, but I know, I feel like I'm using a slightly more like conservative strategy on this channel of like trying to make sure that I don't know, like I really want to make sure I have subscribers who are like deep in the like, oh, you know, we'll talk strategy some other time. Does that sound good, internet? So yeah, we're gonna now place all these melons. We could bone meal them just to make the growth happen quicker, because we're gonna need a lot of melons to grow a lot of melons to grow a lot of melons, etc. But I like the conservative, but then again, I'm a 3-year subscriber. Yeah, the one thing I mean is like for shorts versus regular videos, okay, so let's say if you're a channel, if you do something that's popular for the sake of gaining subscribers, right? But you don't intend to do that thing in the future, or you hate that thing, or it's not your thing, you're gonna end up with subscribers who are subscribed for something you don't do. And so if my goal is to have people watch the videos that I enjoy making, making short, you know, like I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe again, that could be entirely the wrong vibe on that. I got 29K on one of my shorts. This is the crazy. Okay, so the thing that made TikTok succeed so much is that everyone knows, like, yeah, anyone can go viral on TikTok because it surfaces random videos. That's what YouTube Shorts does to kind of emulate TikTok in a way. But shorts are good to give a boost to your existing channel. I've heard that from some people. But what was that noise, by the way? Anyway, there is a little bit of truth to that too, don't get me wrong. But even though that is also true, there is also no, it's something you gotta watch out for. Like if you make too many of one thing and then people are like loving it, but that, like if I made a video about how Herobrine is real, it would get me a ton of subscribers if I did the whole smash the subscribe button if you don't want Herobrine to visit you in your sleep. But if I'm not going to make something that the sort of person who would smash the subscribe button so that Herobrine doesn't attack them in their sleep would like, then that would be silly. Again, could be wrong. I mean, clearly I'm the one getting it incorrect right now. So, but yeah, it's something I do. It's something I do intend to work on a little bit. I know it's I've been very real world busy for a long time. Gonna try and take advantage of not being, maybe. See how that goes for me. So, yeah, I mentioned house fires, please. Did you know greater than 99% of house fires happen to people who aren't subscribed? You all need to know that fact, okay? It's not working out otherwise. No, I should get a more generic, fun subscriber intro too. Like clearly that one is. I think that works really well on existing subscribers who laugh. But like someone who hasn't seen the channel until that moment is like, what? Why is this? Did this guy just threaten me with a house fire? Maybe that works out. Maybe it doesn't. I really don't know. So Cat's version of Herobrine visits you in your sleep is the house fire statistic information. You know, I'm just saying, 99% of Herobrine visits happen to people who aren't subscribed to the Toy Cat YouTube channel, and so, you know, do you wanna see Herobrine? Because if you do, you'd be entirely justified. I mean, no one's seen him in years. You'd get so much internet fame for being the person to spot. You know, you of course you want to spot Herobrine. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? So yeah, Great Goose says hello. Hello, Great Goose. Where's your cousin, OK Goose? And his cousin, Pretty Bad Goose, actually. Oh, we have so many emeralds that I forgot about. We need to. This is the chest for emeralds. We need to make sure that's like locked down. Need to make it clearer and easier. Anna Flores, thank you very much for the $4.99 tip. The message is retracted, so I hope it wasn't too bad. I hope it wasn't so monstrous that you're like, you know, I shouldn't say that. It's a little bit crazy to go that deep on the denial of that major event. Maybe not so deep in the future. Also, we can buy some nothing really, so I won't. I might go get the. I think I'm gonna go get the bone meal. Like I clearly need more melon capacity. How do you get that? Did you hear that? I need more melon capacity. How do I get more melon capacity? Well, what I do is I bone meal them. So 11 bones isn't great, but it'll do just fine for this. 34 bone meal. Let's go. Okay, so Hero Brian, the house fire starter. Subscribe to stay safe from Hero Brian. I watch your videos often. Love the hats, says Ivy Marie. Hey, thank you, Ivy Marie. No, yeah, it's same with the live streams. Like, I think like average viewers or something. We need to. There's a few metrics we gotta improve by. You know, YouTube gives the metrics to you. Just gotta do my best to work with them. I think I haven't had like a big video release that people are like hype for in a little bit. I think that's what it needs. It's like a fun reminder to finish this genocide run. Fun fact, sharks only kill 12 people every year. Humans kill 11,000 sharks. That is a fun fact. You know, to be fair though, like a human life is worth more than a shark life. Like that's just factual. You know, like whether human lives are worth more than animal lives is something we argue about a lot, and we all seem to agree that like team humans. You know who? You know, there's a World Cup going on right now. How many teams have you noticed made up of sharks? Oh, but like surely like polar bears. Oh, no polar bears? But like dogs. Dogs are smart. Dolphins are really smart. Honestly, dolphins probably win every sporting event. Dolphins don't even make it to the finals of the sporting events. Ooh, that's pretty embarrassing. Honestly, if I that's pretty cringe. Dolphins not even making it to the knockout stages. Pretty cringe. So yeah, long story short, I think humans #1 is not really in any doubt whatsoever. And as long as they aren't the San Jose Sharks, those can never defeat anything. I do love a good sports reference. You know what? The only thing I love more than sports is I don't have anything I love more than sports. I don't have anything I love less than sports. I don't love sports. Honestly, the idea of like liking sports as a thing is like really strange to me. Like, oh yeah, I just like the idea of a sports bar, right? It's like, yeah, we love sports in here. It's like I guess I was gonna say I imagine a video game bar, but that's actually how they always work. You'd figure like a Minecraft bar, a Minecraft live stream. You know, like am I gonna live stream video games on this channel? That doesn't make any sense, does it? That makes no sense. I'll go as far as to say, very, very silly as an idea. See, we grow these as massive plantations. We should maybe put like a occasional water somewhere, or maybe we could just put the water underneath it. Maybe we put the water. Maybe we just don't use water. Honestly, it'll grow slower. Maybe that's not even true. I'm not sure. But yeah, we just won't use water. Problem solved. You can solve a lot of problems if you just don't solve those problems. So, hello, Toy Cat and Toy Chat. I hope there's no video games being played here. You know, the sad news is there is a lot of video games being played here. We're absolute degenerates who enjoy those video games as a broad category, and definitely not any individual video games, any more than any others. So now we grow a bunch over here. This is just so when it is fully grown, we have like a really nice, ready to chop down stuff. And then we, oh no, you see that slime over there? So yeah, all these flowers are gonna have to go somewhere else. That should be easy enough to do. That should be nice and easy to do. The only thing I love more than some sports is unjustified Twitter bans, says Dasher. You know, I'm just saying, I thought they did a Twitter amnesty. Do they not include you? Ah, that's sad if so. Sad if true. So yeah, the slime spawning over here should be easy enough to fix. We just gotta place our flowers down, I reckon. We'll make a nice little grid pattern of flowers. Oh, look at this. Oh yeah, that's good. Wow, it's pretty and it's fun. If everyone in the world gave you $1, you'd probably have like $4. I'd have at least $8. I think you'll find the population just went up. If everyone in the world just gave me $1, I would have $8. It is true. Placing flowers helps that. No, I don't think it actually counts because it's not a, it doesn't count as a block, it counts as a decoration or whatever, like a partial thing. But it makes the place look prettier, and slimes won't want to invade somewhere that's pretty. Is my very real scientific Minecraft logic. So yeah, if everyone in the world tips me $4, I'll have $32, and that's enough to buy me a cake. No, I'm sad. I didn't get an ice cream cake before I left America. I was too busy like streaming Minecraft all day. I got like a pumpkin tart to celebrate Thanksgiving. It wasn't as good as an ice cream cake. Actually, can I get an ice cream cake right here? Okay, so we're waiting for melons to grow anyway, right? That's our MO right now. Just waiting for these melonies to grow. Actually, we should plant some more melonies if that's our plan. I don't know why I find melonies to be funny, but it has a nice little vibe to it, right? Like melons. But anyway, let's place all of our melonises onto the ground. And while we politely wait, if we stand on this side, the slimes will fall in, which might be a problem. Oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna look up if ice cream cake exists in the UK. I mean, it must do, right? I mean, but can I get one delivered to my home? Maybe not at this hour, but in general, ice cream cake. Let's do this. Ice cream cake. I mean, I need dessert today anyway, right? Ice cream cake. Oh no, you can get cake with ice cream. I can get cake with vanilla ice cream or cake with ice cream, but I cannot get ice cream cake. That's sad. There's some. Oh no! Why are you always like this? I just can you not? This is the worst. I don't know how he's not ruining the farms. I'm just happy that. Where did they even spawn? How are they spawning so close to this? Okay, I'm gonna keep like leveling the ground down, because by doing that I make fewer blocks where they can spawn. But yeah, come on guys, you gotta not do this. That's new rule. New rule, not okay. Just want to say. Okay, so yeah, I don't like having to kill slimes manually, especially. But let's do it just so we can make them not spawn in the future. We're gonna go for like a parallel system. Like I said, we're gonna do multiple different ways of melon farming, and so while we do those melon farms, which is gonna require a lot of digging some dirt, which we've got the space for. It's fine. Should I start an England-based ice cream cake business? Yeah, I would love some ice cream cakes. Honestly, I would love them. I would love some. I would love them. It's what I'm down for. So, how do we have ice cream cakes and London doesn't? Gap in the market there. It could be there's just none within a delivery radius of my house. Or a delivery radius of my house at this time on a Friday, I want to say. On the 2nd of December, 2022. There we go. So yeah, this is, we're going to make sure they all go out to the same level, just to make the farm more pretty and consistent. And yeah, once we've done that, we can move on. So, nice hat, cat. Can your SUPERFLAT survival world be downloaded as you play / update automatically? Can your SUPERFLAT survival be downloaded as you play? It can be downloaded as I play. Oh no, wait, I see what you're saying. The new update can't be downloaded to an existing world. It's effectively a brand new world that you can just download for free because you have the old one. Sadly, the old worlds will always have a bugged, what is it? The bug add-on pack that causes the problems, which is a bit of a shame. Which is why it's important to fix stuff like that as soon as we could, which is why we did that. Anyway, so melons. I'll go in over here, and yeah, we got some good growth. We got some good melons. Not as many melons as I'd like, but every time we run out of melons to farm, we just chop down the pumpkins, and it'll be all great. Yeah. And a packed house, mud house, is just a sophisticated dirt house. Yeah, Mojang heard people making fun of dirt houses, and they said, let's make this work. Let's make this work good. So, yeah, are slimes attracted to iron golems and the campfire trap? It seems to be, based on my experience, that is true. Okay, let's dig a whole extra mound. This 100 has to be moved. Where should we move it to, chat? Also, I got some flowers I think I have to... Yeah, we got a lot of just stuff that exists. So flower goes there. Flowers go the other side of it. Look how pretty that is. So now we have to work out where this 100 goes. Or even, do we need the 100? Chat, delete the 100 or move it? Tell me your thoughts right now. Because it is going. I mean, yeah, it's gotta not be where it is right now. Because, you know, 100 was cool, but now 100's gone. Maybe we should put 500 up, because we're approaching 500 days, by the way. What day in the world are you on now? I'm on day 450 something. Actually, I can find out exactly for you. So we've changed. Move it, change it. Okay, let me find out what it is. So okay, this is a different thing. At the present moment, as of before this stream, we're on day. I've got detailed notes of every single day in this world. It's kind of crazy. Day 421 at the start, so probably 423 now. Like I said, we got detailed notes for all the days if we need them, which we will for the video, honestly. That's why they're all made. I'm not just insane and documenting my world that much. How'd you keep track of the days? We go through every single stream and we watch back, and every time we see the day-night cycle shift, we know a day has happened. It would be cool if Bedrock had the Java feature where where like you don't have to do it that way, but it doesn't, and that's okay. That's fine. No hard feelings about that at all. I think I should remove these sugarcane to make more space for melons and stuff. And then also behind that, we're gonna just like place a bunch of pathway blocks. So running through here. We'll do it in stripes because we just want to stop slimes from spawning in general. My god, that sounds time consuming. Yeah, I mean, making those videos isn't easy, that's for sure. But that's the fun thing. That's the fun thing. IBX Toycat, change 100 to 420. I mean, we are on day 423. So, yeah, let's change it to 400. How do we do that easily? We move... What's... Okay, if we could change it to just 2i. You know, yeah, we'll make 2 of these, and then we'll make it like 600, like the goal for the next time. There we go. Okay, so let's do that. So we'll just place it between these blocks. My first time playing the Toycat tax. I'm curious how often you go back and forth between the US and the UK, and what it's like so often traveling. What it's like traveling so often. Thank you very much, Melon. I don't know why your accent has to be that. That's definitely not what you sound like. You know, sometimes I get bored that I don't have an accent to do. So I'll make one up. And some would say that's a toxic characteristic. But others would say it's a great characteristic and doesn't need to be changed at all. And those people would be correct. So, yeah, this is basically 600 the same way. Yeah, everything's going great here. No issues whatsoever. Pumpkins perfectly fit in the gap. Yeah, that looks awful. Which is why I'll keep it. That's the goal, 600. Now, the goal is 500, so we just... how do you even do a 5? You can't do a 5. It's impossible. Okay, I'm gonna just... Is this a 5? Okay, D100. Do that is what I'm officially saying. If we do that, is it better? Yep, you know, I don't even it's oob if you read it this way around at least. You know, it makes perfect sense. Don't question it. If you question it, then you clearly don't believe in it. And that's your problem. That's your problem. See, I'm digging this 2 blocks down the ground, by the way, because I can then later cover it in glass if I want to get over this easy for some reason. I might do that anyway, actually, to keep slimes out. Yeah, that's a good idea. I could keep slimes out by just placing... You know, the slime... That'd be a better idea. I was thinking, like, well, I can't lose this much in my world. Because I've got limited real estate in this world. I mean, I've got unlimited real estate, but I've got limited, like, area inside my circle. I am kind of, like, making sure I get the best of this done. So, by the way, to answer your question, I travel back and forth about once a month. What's it like traveling so much? I really like flying, so it's not a bad thing for me. I like airports. I like I like planes. They give you food for free. You're just sitting there watching a movie and someone's like, "Hey, sir, you want some microwave pasta with that?" And it's like, heck yeah, I would love some microwave pasta with my movie. They don't use the microwave, by the way. They use a weird, like, I don't even know. It's effectively a microwave. So they microwave up you some pasta. They'll if you fly like if you fly a primo airline, they'll hand you an ice cream midway through the flight. Honestly, I think airlines do like, if worst case, they'll give you an ice lolly instead of a thing, but you get something for it in the flight. So I travel back in time once a month. I travel forwards in time once a month and back in time once a month. So yeah, it seems crazy, but like honestly, we're all crazy. Yep, that's the takeaway. We're all crazy. And so does it matter if I'm crazy? It does, yes, it does. There are legal limits to these things, and food on flights. Okay, Mr. Bezos lol. You know, I don't mean to flex on you, but they do give me food. No, if you fly domestically in America, you wouldn't want to eat the food they would give you, but they don't give you food. But if you fly internationally, you get food. At least intercontinentally, maybe we should say. And it's actually it's pretty cool because like everyone makes fun of the food, but you can just not eat it if you don't like it, and you can bring your own food. But everyone's like, ooh, but it's free. They give it to me. It's hot. I get a choice. You know, you get like a curry or you get a pasta. Usually is the options you have. Or you can clarify you have dietary requirements and get something fun. Sometimes I lie and I say I'm kosher and they give me bagels. I mean I don't lie. I imply. Well, I mean I write in the form I'd like a kosher meal. I never say that I am kosher. I mean, you know, is that a form of implied? If you don't know, like when you book a ticket, they ask like what your dietary requirements are, and they'll prepare a special meal for those. And if you want a special meal, you don't want a not special meal. Who thinks of themselves as not special? If you don't think of yourself as special, then you deserve something not special, I reckon. But yeah, now we're gonna just place a whole extra row of these. We're gonna have so many pumpkins, melons by the time this is done. And yeah, by making it a big row like this, it makes it easier to harvest, which is important if we need thousands of them. Seriously, I'm not like over-exaggerating when I say we need thousands of melons. We are farming thousands. So this is how we're gonna do this section right here. But like I said, there are different ways to harvest, to farm melons, and let's show you more of them. So the next one is gonna be the most efficient way. Let's say we have a water bucket, which we don't, apparently. But let's just say we have a water bucket. So let's go up here. Let's scoop some out. And now we can say we have a water bucket because we do have a water bucket. So if we place that water over like here, we then get a big radius which is covered by that. And so with wheat, you would just like place like this all the way around. But with melons, we instead want to make sure we've still got spaces for them to grow. So I think the best way to do this is you go like every other block like this, or you could do something like that. And yeah, we make a big circle ring around it, which has multiple levels. Ooh, this might cause problems being this close, actually. You know, whatever. We'll go like that. And then we'll just go an extra block. No, I think we got that wrong, actually. Yeah, this is definitely incorrect. And then we do the same, but over here. And every X number of blocks. I'm hyped to have my flat world be upgraded with the ultra flat map. I don't want to rush dash you on that. Oh, you're saying you wanna, if that's what you're trying to say, you could put the, you could just put the add-on on your world, right? So Adorable Ho works with us on the map team, occasionally, sometimes, often, regularly. You know what, we'll go regularly. I think that's the correct one. So yeah, you got access to the files, and so you could move those files to your world. If anyone else did it, I think that would be breaching the marketplace agreements, which I have to painstakingly sign and pretend to understand. Make an emerald house. That's a good idea, JP Gaming. I need to make an emerald house. Why do I... Oh, sorry, that's not the right block. Oops. So we'll have another one of these going over here now. just really want to lock down the lack of these. And we'll be good. So I got my bivalent yesterday and got side effect. Super happy to see you live. Ooh, side effects. Those are good. You know, I think they call them side effects because you'll be beside yourself with joy when you find out you got them. So another way we can go for this is we can do the same thing, but the two are like closer together. Maybe I'll just do that now, actually. It'll make it look confusing if I do that, actually. That's fine with me. I want to confuse people. Literally my job. So Cat's advice, do something illegal, don't get caught. As a Russian, I approve. Yes, what you want to do is you do illegal activity. You do not get caught. This is not a Russian accent. I am from Soviet Pakistan, apparently. Yeah, I make a basement. Yeah, that's a good idea, Clicky. I wanted to have a basement for my Let's Play house. Honestly, what I want to do, okay, if we get enough blocks, I want to build a super flat. Well, it's high up above the rest of this. You get what I'm saying with that? Do you get what I'm saying with that? I don't think you're getting what I'm saying with that. So, yeah, we're gonna now, after 5 blocks, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Yeah, this is definitely incorrectly proportioned. We're gonna just move the water. Sometimes you make a mistake, and you gotta live with that mistake. So we move that over here, because it's gonna be 5 blocks. And then we'll put that over there and that over there. Now we can correctly do this. So let's have the slimes bounce all over this, actually. Tear it all apart. Maybe it's easier if I don't even have the bucket, just so the ground will, like, naturally unhoe itself. Will that work? I'm not sure. Yeah, it takes a long time to grow some melons. But, you know, I'm so committed to the cause that I must do it. Make a basement and keep villagers there. You should build a pre-1.18 super flat at y equals 0. A pre-1.18 super flat at y 0. That's a fun idea. Okay, I see what you're saying with that. Like, have a super flat which is where it would be if this was. I see it actually. I think that's a fun idea. So yeah, we use Silk Touch by accident. Silk Touch is great for mining these things to sell. But right now, we want to plant as many melon seeds as we can. I think we should use bone meal, by the way. I mean, I killed all those skeletons anyway. Might as well benefit from their corpses, right? So now we want to totem of undying farmers. Now what we want to do is we want to... I want to make sure that we... Wait, one sec. I've got to close the Superflat document. Yeah, we were on day 421 at the end of livestream 43, by the way. That's useful to know. I hope you'll agree. But, yeah, I think what we're going to do now is we're going to make... Because, you know, this is a fun way of doing things. I want to do this later when we've got, like, more space. But I think we should go, like, more logically. Let's do rows of 1 across. So let's have 1 pumpkin set go here. And then... 1 pumpkin set go here. I want to like show that because this is an efficient way. Oh Christ, you are big. This is an efficient way if you want a little bit more chaos in your life, because the stems aren't always going to go the right way, etc., etc. But then we'll leave. It makes it easier for us to leave the occasional gaps for water, because we don't have any water for those ones over there. Some would say mistake, some would say not. And so yeah, every like middle block, or every 2 middle blocks, we'll have 1 here and 1 over here. We place some water. So, like, I don't know, there. And so now we can place all of our melons on this block here. And most of them will be hydrated, not all of them. And, yeah, that's the big plan. I am quite the enjoyer of map making. Who is not adorable? Who amongst us does not enjoy... Honestly, when you're playing Minecraft, you're making a map. Whether you know it or not, it's happening, right? It's happening. So, yeah, we'll place big old lines of these along there. And by doing it 1 block at a time, I know, it's going to be weirder or something. And also just going to go through, jumping on the ones we don't want. It, honestly, even though that's, like, how you can get rid of hoed ground, at some point it makes sense just to destroy it and start again. Which is why we did that. Then we'll do the same over here. and we'll be good. Also, yeah, spamming. It's one of the slight bummers about the membership thing is because membership is like, oh yeah, it's like, well, it's a financial, like, you know, when people are invested in something, they are more likely to they're more likely to like care about the thing, and like they've got something to lose, right? The problem with the gifted memberships is like a lot of people who never intended to have a membership got them, and so they don't even know, like, oh yeah, I'll just spam. It's like, oh no, you're meant to be the chosen ones, but sadly not. So yeah, I hope that you're all having a wonderful morning, internet. I have been having honestly, the start of the SUPERFLAT world gave me a weird day. The whole like having to immediately get into like fix things that are broken mode. It's never good. I think some people must thrive on fixing broken things. You know, must be like, oh, this thing isn't good. How do I make it better? But yeah, no, also, look, you can see it literally expands all the way out to there, so some of those stay holding now. That's good. That's the positive progress I like to hear about. And then we'll just hoe another row over here, ready for the melons. Which way is more efficient? It's all fun and games, isn't it? So yeah, which way are you liking better so far? Because we're going to do this for another 2? Yeah, if we move, we might have to move this one to the left to make this actually look good. Or maybe we'll just do a 4th line. Yeah, a 4th line will be the way to make it balance. And then we'll be good. So, I have the power to ban Toycat. What do you think I'll do to you? Exactly, it's true, we have found out. Cat can ban me. So if she can ban me, she can ban you. Yeah, so I've had a day today. Which I love as a way. It usually implies like, it's been hard or it's been challenging. I just like to tell you, no, my day, it started, and now here we are in a little bit of extra time. Also, I think we want to... Okay, we got efficiency 5. There was something I wanted to enchant, and I really don't remember what it was. But I've gotten experience now, enough that I probably can enchant it. Yeah, there is definitely something I need to do. Something I wanted to do, even. Okay, so this chest. What do I need that I don't have? Is it mending and unbreaking going on something? On boots, I presume they need to have mending and unbreaking. Yes, they do. I've got I wanted to have thorns on some stuff, so I need to do that as well. I've got thorns free. Could throw that right on some armor right now. And I've got mending and unbreaking when I do find some boots. I think I'm going to wait till I get diamond boots. Maybe. Protection 4. I could put on my helmet. Honestly, yeah, I mean, the chain helmet's pretty cool because it lets you actually see me underneath it. So maybe we'll put protection on the helmet. Seems logical to me. And then we're going to put thorns on... You know, we could put thorns on the helmet as well, honestly. I was going to do something involving my shovel. Yeah, my shovel needs a... No, my shovel's fine. I mean, it could do with efficiency 5. Actually, it really could do with efficiency 5, couldn't it? I think efficiency 4... You know, that is important to me. Efficiency 5 is... If I'm using the shovel so much, using a subpar shovel, it's not what I want to do. I've only got efficiency 3 though, so I have to combine 2 books together. I think I have to literally buy efficiency 3 again, and then I think that's what I have to do here. It's fine though. So efficiency is on the other side. I love my library of librarians here. I don't have efficiency. Well, I did have efficiency. It must have been this guy who's later decided he's too good to sell me books that I want. Do I have anyone else selling me efficiency? Nope, that sucks. Okay, Curse of Vanishing. Chat is thirsty for melons. Silk Touch for melons. I've already got Silk Touch on the axe, on my axolotl, if you will. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna do the helmet enchantments. It seems important. I mean, you could argue I need to save these for the diamond armor that is inevitably coming my way soon. But still, I like the idea of an enchanted chain helmet too. So protection is slightly more important than thorns, but we'll go for it anyway. Some would say spending 27 levels on your helmet, not a great idea. Doesn't the Santa hat get itchy? No, I like the Santa hat. Feels good. Feels good. Emotionally and physically. Missing names for your fancy equipment. Yeah, I could see that. Like having, I got a good set of names, but they need some more work. That's for sure. Read my super hat. Thank you very much. No wait, oh there's no super hat. You know, I feel a little crazy, but I felt crazy and now I still feel crazy. Let's get some wheat and let's feed it to our. Because again, we still need a ton of leather. It's still important to me, by the way. Like getting books, very important. So yeah, just at some point, I think in every world, I end up having a silly, overcrowded cow farm. It's kind of crazy. You should rename your items with the sister symbol. Haha, you won't regret it. I still don't know why that symbol causes the weird things to happen in Minecraft. Like it works on the console edition as well. It's very confusing, all things considered. But aren't we all? So yeah, I think Minecraft needs deep fried watermelon. Oh, deep fried watermelon sounds good. Like it sounds bad for whoever's deep frying it. Like they're gonna have a bad day. But it sounds good for me. Honestly, deep fried anything sounds good for me. I mean, it sounds bad for me, but that's what makes it good for me, you know? Yeah, I do have to say. Okay, we got plenty of melons. Plenty of melons. And I'm gonna throw them in. So, 28 melon seeds. Go, 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 go. All the way across. I wonder how many... Oh, we'll use this as our test to see how many, like, planter spots we have per one of these. It looks like it's 22. So we got 22 spots for melons to go. No, you don't. No, you don't. Stay out of there. This is not where you go. You do not belong down there. So yeah, we're going to plant the other two of these up here, because you can see, like, this is a little bit off balance, so plant two, and then we're good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go get some bones. I'm having, like, a poor focus day, but it's all good. What's the best thing you've tried that was deep fried? Honestly, deep fried Oreos just taste so good to me. Like, I had a deep fried Mars bar once, and that's good, don't get me wrong. You know, like fish and chips, I believe, uses a deep fryer. You know, actually, Kat, you're the... oh, actually, Kat just mentioned a deep fried Mars bar. She mentioned it before I said it, so really, I'm just copying her, stealing her idea here. But, yeah, I want to know, is our fish and chips deep fried? Am I crazy? Is it just a regular fryer? I mean, is a regular fryer a deep fryer? Cooking with Toy Cat Deep Fried Edition. If you saw the last time I deep fried stuff on a live stream, you'll realize why I can't do that again. And since the live stream, I did some deep frying, and then I was like, man, this oil is so scary. I need to cool this off. So I put it. I had a big container of angry oil that's going. Tss, and I was like, this needs to cool down. So I did the logical thing, and I put the cold tap in there, figuring the cold water would balance out the hot oil. And you'll be pleased to know that the temperature might have gone down. What it actually did is it created a big, like a bubble of oil, like woo, just flung around the room. Culinary genius. I know. My genius frightens me sometimes. It has to be said. So I don't want to make white dye. I hate that I make white dye by accident. Let's throw that away. Yeah, so it went pretty badly. Also, yeah, it's good to see you, Painted Wine Garner. How are you doing? You having a good day? Hope you're having a good day. Or do I? Yeah, how about that? Okay, so we got a lot of extra nonsense around here. Yeah, you're lucky not to get seriously burnt. Yeah, I am. Like I said, I realized after that, like, like, there's a lot of things that are just intuitive to everyone else, but that, like, they're not to me. Like, mixing cleaning chemicals is something, like, I can now, it's locked in my brain, don't do it. I clean something with bleach, and I'm like, I won't clean this with other materials till that's done. after I made mustard gas. Like, there are lots of things you can do as an adult that will kill you if you're not careful. Pro tip. Like, we put so much emphasis on, like, guns, cars, and drugs. But there are so many things that are, like, encouraged and okay that are just like, yeah, you do this slightly wrong, dead. Over. GG. It's a fun reminder. You know, we live in a dangerous world. And, yeah, I think being aware of that is maybe a good idea. That's my crazy idea for you right there. See, we got a lot of melons right now, but they're just not growing. It's weird how they were ever growing before. This is why we need more melon farming space. Glad I'm finally bringing this up. But like, look, I've got all these melon plants, and it's just the results aren't what I want. So we're now going to add another section to this. We're going to do the circular pattern for this next area. So lots and lots and lots of dirt, which we're still not getting rid of. It's fine. If you ever try, if you want to try something new, just watch a YouTube video first. I am shocked by YouTube video. Like, have you ever searched up something really niche and specific? Like, I was driving a rental car. It was I want to say like a Hyundai i10. Like, it's a car I'd never heard of before picking one up. And I couldn't get the fuel gauge to open, or not the fuel gauge, the fuel cap, the fuel tank, whatever. I couldn't get it to open. And I search it up, and it's like, what's up, guys? It's your boy auto-reviewing Mike here. I'm going to tell you how to open up the gauge on your Hyundai i10. Well, you see, the thing with the Hyundai i10 is my grandmother used to drive one. It brings me back to when we were... But yeah, more seriously. You notice that's the problem with food recipes. You can't read a recipe. You can't without someone going like that. And you can't watch a YouTube video without someone being like, make sure you subscribe. We're trying to get 800 of them, so if you want to help me out with that, that'd be really good. Or maybe I'm just doing it wrong, mate. Is that slime broken? Am I broken? Oh, he's in a boat. Okay. I couldn't see the boat through the slime. Yeah, what's it like being back home? I mean, does being around people with your accent affect your psych or confidence or quality of life? Or is it pretty much the same wherever you're living? I think you might say this varies based at the very least, I can say that with my accent and in the cities that I have lived in, besides like California ones, but with my accent, actually, you know, some cities like people like fawn over you for having a British accent. I like that. I've got a secret soft spot for people saying I'm good just because I speak a certain way that is because of where I grew up. You know, I see how people when they see like a fascist dictator rise to power, and he's like, you guys looking great today, and that's because you're a member of the best race, and everyone's like, well, I don't know about this racial superiority thing, but you know, we do look pretty good today, don't we, with our beautiful haircuts. But yeah, so in the US as a whole, drinking hot oil is safe, walking is very dangerous. That's true, I need to touch grass. But, yeah, I would say, I never, like, living in the US is never that big of a deal besides, like, tiny little, like, I don't know. Like, I don't understand Thanksgiving, and I try to understand it, and it's like, okay, I'll never understand, and that's okay, I think. So I think these blocks are in the center of those blocks. Yes, they are. So I want to remove this and put a water block there, because then I'll hydrate more of these crops. Yep, sure, let's do that. Just have some extra water. Sucks to lose a melon seed, but it's fine. Thanksgiving is basically just a harvest festival. It is, yeah. I mean, but like it's like a bigger cultural thing than harvest festivals are, and that's what makes it interesting. So like I don't know, like the significance of it's all kind of lost on me, for stuff like that. But otherwise, like, yeah, the cool thing about the US as a country, like, even, I'll be honest, the UK probably isn't as good as this, is like actually just welcoming people in, appreciating people is like, I don't know. Everyone always makes fun of, like, everyone thinks that the US, people who spend too much time on Twitter, will assume that the US is this bastion, is this one place, this monolith of racism and the rest of the world is really great. But actually, like, the rest of the world is like usually a lot more racist and unwelcoming to outsiders than the US is. Like, the ideas of racial tolerance are put on the rest of the world by America in a counter. I know it's a weird thing. And, you know, like, if you have that conversation with someone and they don't want to believe it, they'll be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You know, it's a little bit crazy coming from it's like, yeah, you know, it's fine. You don't have to believe anything about your own country. But I find, at least, again, just my experience here, not talking about anything else. Depends where, though. Yeah, that's true. I like living in, I'm a big city person. Like, I always will prefer having a slightly smaller space to myself and having more communal space, because that's like, it's like I live in a 50-room mansion, because there is a room in my house dedicated to groceries. I have to walk out my front door, down the street 2 minutes, and into another front door. But that's amazing. Anything I could want, I could leave. Wait, actually, it's 10:12. I could leave, and I think I could come if it's open. I could come back within 15 minutes if I like. If I'm quick within the store, and I'll have any item a grocery store can sell. It's like I have an infinite pantry, but it just takes 15 minutes to reach. Which, if you live in a big mansion, it takes like 15 minutes to walk across the house and back. I have a park with swans and ducks. You know, there's like there's all these like things to me which are like actually very cool. But that's obviously me. And so, like, cities build, like, you have to be able to get along with your neighbors better. Like, you know, the crazy person who talks to you. Like, you can always spot someone who's not a city person when they go on, like, I don't know, the subway or the underground or the bus for the first time. And someone's like, hey, I really want, like, you know that monotone voice where they, like, talk down, they're like, hey, just so you know, I am homeless for the night, and if you could just give me 20 pence, then I will use this to, you know, like the pre-scripted, they walk from carriage to carriage doing it. When you see someone give those people money, you're like, you're new here. You're not familiar with the game. That's interesting. Yeah, like, but like, I don't know, like you lose in the same time that, like, everyone says, like, cities are so, like, ooh, everyone's so progressive and open-minded. It's like, yeah, you lose a bit of your humanity, and so you gain a little bit of it elsewhere. It's not like, that's so much better. Yeah, that's why I think America is far ahead in most issues. It seems chaotic due to crazy news and tweets, but complete censorship is worse. Yeah, that's the way I'd put it. Like, America's the only country that has honest discussions about how bad they're doing about certain things. Honestly, there's areas where you won't talk about how bad you're doing, but it's that on the issue of accepting foreigners, you have big discussions. You'll be like, ooh, should we really be saying, you know, like, yeah, to be fair, you know, like, this was a bit in the UK. Should we really be saying, where are you from? You know, like, if someone says they're from the UK, you know, maybe we shouldn't be asking them any more questions. Should we really be doing blank, 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 blank? Politics aside, I love medium-sized cities. Yeah, I don't know. I love the idea of a medium-sized city. I would love to live in a medium-sized city if it was like half an hour from a huge city. Like, yeah, you know what? Should we talk about cities, internet? Do you want to talk about cities? Let's do it. You know, we might as well take some Minecraft time and turn it into city time. I think living in a Tokyo and London and New York and Singapore would be crazy insane. Toy cat tax.
Toy cat tax.
Oh, I can't do my accent.
First paycheck of the best job I've ever had. More tax.
Congrats, Michael D. No, I really, it's awesome to have. Having a job you like is, I mean, it's like, some might say fleeting if you're being cynical, but it's still, it's something that is very much a feat to behold. So good job. Good job. You have something that is sought after, and that is of real value. So let's just place dirt there, so it's clear this is a dirt chest. So like Tacoma and Seattle, I live 30 minutes outside Portland, and I love it. See, yeah, no, right, as long as your miniature city has most of the things you need on a day-to-day basis, then once a week going to the big city is cool. I think people who don't have, like, This is something really interesting. About like most people who live in one type of area are like just can't understand people who live in another type. Like, oh, I live on a farm. I don't understand how people live in a city. Isn't it loud there? Or I live in a city and I just don't understand how people live on them farms. I mean, you don't even have a Starbucks. Where are you going to get your espressos from? I mean, you're going to have to go down to the local farm store that's half an hour's drive away down the interstate. Down dirt roads, I should say, because it's a rural farm. You got to drive down them rural roads, and who knows what you're going to find at the end. Yeah, the real way to do it is live in Portland, so no sales tax, then work in Vancouver, Washington, so no income tax. Sorry, you stole that from a video I made, Unplanned Baby. Sorry, a video this IBX2 cat fella made, and I don't appreciate it. Yeah, no, I have mentioned that was actually my goal. Fun fact, Unplanned Baby, we'd have been neighbors. I wanted to live in Vancouver, Washington. I just realized I like Vegas too much. Like, I'll pay 8% sales tax to live in Vegas versus Washington. Or Portland, I guess, sorry. Yeah, Vegas versus Portland. No sales tax is nice. Don't get me wrong. But, hey, Toy Cat, can you do a Swedish accent? I cannot do a Swedish accent. Not very well, that is to say. Is this a Swedish accent? Toy Cat using a southern accent to make fun of city folk. Yeah, I figured it'd be funny to do the accents like the inverse of what people are expecting, right? Okay, so we have, in the middle, we have a dot. And then we got a row of, like, blocks that things can grow on. And then we got a row of... Okay, so... melon, plant, melon, plant, melon. Then water. So just to confirm, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. Wait, is it? Melon, plant, melon, plant, melon. 5 blocks. Melon, plant, melon, plant, melon. That's 5. Okay, so... just to be sure here. Yeah, right here we place one of these. And we're gonna make a big old ring around it. So this is a more aesthetically pleasing vision, if you want one. You grow in rings around a big kind of central circle. So it's a little bit harder to harvest in the end. You know, that is a downside. Don't get me wrong. But the upside is it looks kind of interesting. And everyone loves that, right? My partner is stuck listening to your accent, and I'm not sure if I feel sorry for him or grateful for the accuracy. You see, I have a very good accent. I sound like I'm from Sweden. I love IKEA, which is a brand in Sweden that we are very proud of. You see, I am from Stockholm. It is the big city and capital of the region. In Stockholm, we are very nice to people, unless they say that the Nordfisk is not very good, in which case they are not very good. This is not Swedish at all. Oh no. What accent is... okay. Yeah, I need to retrain my accents, internet. I need to do that. We should just do a stream where I sit here one day staring at something in Minecraft and learning accents. Denmark is greater than Sweden. Lego is greater than IKEA. But Minecraft's better than Lego. So if you disagree with that, then you're a boomer. Hate to tell you. They're the only people who are like, back in my day, we played with Legos and we liked it. Back in my day, we'd throw bricks at each other. And then if the bricks didn't land, we'd put a lock in a sock. Stop sleeping if you want thunder. I think we looked it up, and thunder isn't reset when you sleep. Right? Am I right? I think I'm right. Did we look that up? Am I imagining that? I hope I'm not imagining that, internet. AFK I'm farm stream while you learn accents. I'm from New Zealand. I'm from New Zealand, mate. I got a little bit of an accent, and it's not very good. I gotta work on it some. Yeah, I'll work on that. Start an accent training channel. Do a non-Irish accent. Oi, do a non-Irish accent. You see, I spent a little bit too long around the Irish builder. He's a big building guy. He loves to talk about how he's Irish, even though he's not. He's like, you Andrew, you're a big Irish guy. I think in retrospect, he must have been calling me fat, but I didn't realize at the time because he was saying it so nicely. Okay, so then we'll put another one of these highs, like over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here goes a bucket of water, just to see what this looks like when it's done. Oh wait, does this perfectly line up to need 2 of these? I think it does. Oh no, it doesn't. Oh yeah, it does. Whoa! This is amazing. I've never accidentally planned something so beautiful. So then we'll remove this whole layer to connect it up. But isn't that awesome? That's the correct answer is yes, that is awesome, by the way. RBX Toycat has a southern city accent, not a southern country accent. No, yeah, so city people and country people don't understand each other because if you live in the countryside, you live in land is not at a premium, so you can have as big of a house as you functionally want, like as much as you can maintain, really. The only limit on your house is, again, what you can clean and maintain and furnish. Furnishing a big house is expensive. Like, I just don't furnish half the rooms of my house because I don't want to deal with that expense. Yeah, I just for what it's worth, you know. Pro tip: you don't need to furnish your house. It's a lie. The mainstream media has been telling us for too long that furnishings are a requirement, when in fact they're actually just something you can choose to have. Also, why did those ones over there not require water, but these ones are just dying without it? But yeah, so people absolutely hate the idea of living, because they're like, but I have this giant house. Why would I give it up to live in a tiny shoebox? Whereas people who live in cities are like, no, where I live is where I sleep. I go there to be unconscious or to unwind. Like, you need a place to lay down and chill out with your green screen. Look at me, stroking my totem. You need a place to go to sleep, right? You might need a fridge. Honestly, if I lived in a big enough city, close enough to enough food, I wouldn't want a fridge. Like, some people say, like, I just have to sometimes cook for myself. No, you want to sometimes cook for yourself. You never have to do anything. I mean, I guess you have to breathe and you have to stay alive. You don't have to stay alive, but you should choose to. It's like, actually, yeah, you can live with surprisingly little in a city because those things are taken care of by businesses nearby you. And sure, those things cost money, but cities are economic centers because what economics fundamentally is the exchange of goods, services in exchange for value. Like, right now I'm providing you with some value, maybe, hopefully, and that you're liking that, I assume. Maybe you're not. And so every now and then someone gives me money in exchange for this. You know, we got that tip from Painton Weingarner earlier. They were like, yeah, miss the streams. And then there was money on the other. And then I'll use that money to buy Diet Pepsi, no caffeine, no sugar. Ooh, so good for me. And then during the shutdown, I held up a lot of Grubhub. Yeah, I think everyone did. I think their entire business model is now like fundamentally broken because of what happened during the pandemic, actually. Oh, no. Oh, no. Don't do this to me, slimes. So yeah, we should work out the end place of this so we can keep... Yeah, let's... So this is 3 of my types of melon farm so far. Do you like the different types? I like the different types. I should probably start growing some of them up just to... Ooh. Yeah, let's get the slimes away. In fact, let's just despawn the slimes. I'm at the lazy point of slime fighting now, where I'd rather just not. They've all never made a single dollar in profit. Yeah, everyone. That is the funny thing, 64. Everyone hates Uber Eats and Grubhub and DoorDash. None of them make any money. They're like, oh, they underpay their employees. They underpay their restaurants. They make no money. You need to pay more for your delivered food, but no one wants to pay more for delivered food because they charge you like $8 in fees. And it's never one fee. They don't just say, this is the cost to deliver your food. Because if they told you it costs $8 to get a food, you know, because you have a driver drive from where they are to a restaurant, wait at the restaurant for sometimes half an hour, then go to your house, deliver the food to you. Think about how much time you're asking from someone, and you want that for free, effectively. When people get it for free, they're happy. If people pay $3, they're like, ugh. When people pay $8, they're like, oh, pay money for someone to deliver something to me? And I feel it too, by the way. I'm not trying to make that much fun of you, because I totally agree. Like, what the heck? That's not what this is all about. I shouldn't have to pay for my delivery. Yeah, like, it doesn't feel right to people. And the worst is Instacart. They pay next to nothing, and people don't tip well at all, considering how much effort it takes to grocery shop for someone. You know, this is to me is the problem with the American the app-based economy has worked out like, well, what if we say that it's people's fault for not tipping, that people get paid poorly? It's like, you know, you pay people like this genuinely upsets me. I got like actually like annoyed. I saw a job offer for a sandwich place. There's a sandwich place that's themed around weed in Las Vegas. You can look that up and you'll know what I'm talking about. I don't understand how you can theme a sandwich shop around weed. Like, I'm not saying they sell drugs. They're just really proud of the fact that they do drugs and they eat subs. Again, it doesn't seem like a business as far as I'm concerned. But they make money, so I can't criticize too heavily. So they advertise like, oh yeah, we do salaries starting from, you know, $17 an hour. And you're like, whoa, $17 an hour? That's loads of dollars. That's several.
Imagine paying a content creator when you could just watch it for free.
Yeah, I mean, can't even fly. I agree. Why are people foolish enough to pay for the content they, you know, like, it's 100% Shiba Hut, says Michael D. You know the play. Oh, is this a chain? Wait, one sec. Shiba Hut. Oh my god, it's a chain! Oh, there's 45 locations! How... as a one-off, I was floored that existed. Okay, now that I'm not like making fun of a local business. I'm gonna show you this to you, internet. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. There is a chain of weed-themed sub-places. Okay, let me show you this. This is their logo. This is ridiculous. So their logo is like two you know, funny looking trees, and then there's smoke coming out of the chimney, and they're toasted subs. Oh, I hate everything about what I'm looking at right now. So anyway, this ridiculous. By the way, when I went there, like again, like you can work however you like, 'cause that's fine. But the woman there was just really slow and not understanding anything. Like, I was like, "Can I have a roast bacon and onion or whatever the heck it is?" And she was like, "Yeah." Sorry, could you say that again? Like, obviously, if you work at a weed-themed sub-place, you can get high and work on the job. I mean, imagine, I should do that for a Minecraft stream one day. Why do you go to America once each month, says Ava O'Brien? Oh, I've got a gambling problem, so I go to Vegas once every month. Anyway, but yeah, like, imagine just me being here like, oh yeah, thank you for the tip, Ava O'Brien. Sorry. Thank you. What did you say again? Could you tip again, please? Okay. Yeah. Man. Like, the thing that you don't know about Minecraft, right? Is that the world is in Minecraft. The whole world is in the game. But then, get this. The game is in the world. I just, you know, like, sometimes I think that we're all too busy and not enough unbusy, man. You know? Like, I just think that we need to all understand how connected it all is, and how it's all, we're all the same on the inside. And so, what even is the outside? Do we even have bodies? Or you know, like, is the human body made of meat? If it's made of meat, why do we keep eating meat? What are we? Are we carnivores, man? Like, yeah, so anyway, there's a, they have it, it's so irrelevant the store is weed themed. It's just ridiculous that you can shop to, it's not ridiculous, I guess. It's like legal, but it's strange to me. It was weird because, like, if, you know, like, being anything is fine to me as long as, but like when you're like so high, you're bad at your job, It's like, well, that seems not good. And then she was like, I like your shirt, and I was wearing a Toy Cat one, and I was like, oh, is this gonna be a fun interaction? And I was like, oh, really? She's like, yeah, I think I recognize that. And I was like, oh, yeah, where from? She's like, that's a cat, man. I'm sorry, you're right. How silly of me to assume. It was, the weirdest part to me is they have bars in them. Yeah, that is the even weirder bit. You're right. I mean, I guess the idea is you drive there high, or you drive there while getting high, or you drive there, you get high in the parking lot, and then you go for a drink to... this is a part of American culture. This is what I mean when I say that America is confusing as an outsider. I just don't get it. It's a very ridiculous scenario, is what I'm trying to say here. And yeah, they've been around for a long time, I'm learning. And so anyway, my point was to say, so they advertise $17 an hour, and you're like, whoa, that's actually a lot of money. Like, maybe if you live somewhere, it's not a lot of money. To my mind, that's a lot of money. The UK minimum wage is like £8.85, so like $10 maybe. And when I was younger, it was £5 something, so $7 or $8. Yeah, so like, you know, to see like, wow, but then they're like, oh yeah, base pay $11, presumed tips. And it's like, if you're advertising pay that presumes that people give these people money, that money isn't optional. It's part, like, I don't know, like, I just, something like, it feels a bit wrong, you know? It feels a bit wrong. Welcome to America where nothing makes sense. Like, you shouldn't be able to advertise, you should be able to say like, oh, it's $11, but some of our people have been making a lot of money on tips. And you'd go, whoa, I will do good and get those tips. Whereas this woman who had learned recently what cats were, and that, you know, I don't know. Yes, you have to tip in the US, it's annoying. No, it's funny, actually. You don't have to tip in the US. You can choose to tip, and you're a good person if you do so, but you don't have to tip. Don't let people, I mean, like, you should, maybe, is a good word, but have to? Don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know. I think the problem with tipping, this was, someone in chat pointed this out to me, is that, like, in America, tipping is seen as like a sign of class. Like, if you're a classy person, you tip. Like, if you were brought up right, you would tip. Whereas if you were raised in a sewer, you don't know what tipping is, and you think, oh, I can't afford to tip. That's the rule that people seem to use, at least. And okay, let's make a big old row of one of these, and then we'll like take it round the corner over here. So I probably need to actually, we'll remove that block. And then start going like this. Yeah, I hope I got this right. This is the number of blocks I need for my next melon farm. Because otherwise I'll regret whatever this is. Then we'll go over here, and we'll do the same. So by doing stripes like this, only small slime should be able to spawn until we order this area, obviously. But it'll be good. So Kat, are you officially British American or an American Brit? Yeah, I don't want to, like, I don't know, I don't want to talk about it too much, but I won't be going to America too much more. I had some business operations, and I don't need to deal with it as much. I was going to buy a place out there, which I still think would have been a good financial investment, but maybe not a good emotional investment. It's about your plumber. No, my plumber lives in London still. My plumber got a new place. I'm excited to see it. I don't think he's gonna let me see it. I don't know if he's... I don't know if he's actually good with me or not, you know? I guess if he lets me see his place, I'll know that he is. But my plumber lives in London. I realized after putting out that video, like saying my plumber lives with me, it does sound a little bit like we're in a bit of a relationship, doesn't it? You know, okay, for real, if you're a woman and you have plumbing skills, but also can be like attractive and like, you know, in your spare time, you know how to like, you know, put on a dress and, I don't know, cook meatloaf, then whoa, That's like an attractive trait to have, you know? Like, oh no, toilet's going bad. I don't have to invite the strange Lithuanian man into my house who keeps talking about how much better homes are built in his home country than here. You may be a lesbian. Are you dating a plumber, Unplanned Baby? Is that what you're trying to tell me? You may be partners in crime, one would say, Hot Toy Cat. Don't get me started on partners in crime. Don't get me started on them. Toy Cat clearly has a thing for plumbers. I mean, wouldn't it just be nice to have someone in the house who, like, had practical skills and, like, wanted to give them to you because, I don't know, something. You know, like, my plumber, he demands money every time he does something for me. It's not a love-based relationship. It's a financial-based one. Wouldn't it be cool if he... I mean, this is a common trope. I mean, the problem is I don't drink any coffee. That's how I know I'm not a lesbian. We ran the numbers, and it just didn't come back correctly. It doesn't sound like Toy Cat's shopping for a girlfriend, but a husband. Is that? I don't know. I think the stereotype, right, of a the stereotype of what you look for in a, like, actually not a stereotype. The common thing if you are intending to have children is like, I hope she's good with children, because then I don't have to pay a nanny, right? You're like, I could get someone who does this role for me and saves me this money. You know, like, the reason you date me is like, oh yeah, I've been spending a lot of money on Minecraft YouTubers. This will save me a lot having one in the house. You know, learning geography is expensive, so I'm gonna date that. I'm gonna date that British geography fella. It's what people say to me all the time as we are on dates. Trust me, it's just a common fact. Okay, we need to go get some more water. By the way, the lack of melon growth is crazy, right? We've been going for a long time, and we still have so few of them. From plumbers to lovers. Sometimes Mary needs to be rescued from Bowser's Castle too. No, everyone wants like the stereotype. Admittedly, the stereotype for like what people want in a husband is like, I don't mind if he's like, you know, like ugly and fat. I just want him to be able to change light bulbs, and I don't know, like, what else? You know, that's about it actually. And you know, the stereotype in the reverse is like, wow, would be cool. Nannies are not nannies are only the cheaper option when you don't sleep with them. No, they're cheaper if you sleep with them. Oh, okay. They're cheaper if you sleep with them, and then they decide to provide their services for free as a result, right? That's the way you save the money on that. Also, yeah, my pumpkins are growing faster than my melons. Am I doing something wrong? Do melons just grow slower than pumpkins? Like, I've got a lot of them here, and they're just not resulting in good things right now. The plumber is secretly breaking things, so Toy has to pay him to fix it. No, the plumber moved out though. Just to be clear, he has his own place now. I think I can probably talk about it a little bit. Do you want some personal life drama, internet? Do you want to hear about my relationship with my plumber? Because it got wild towards the end. This is the problem with being like polite and what's the I don't know, like being British, having the facade of like, ooh, everything's going fine even when it's not. Is like everything that you could do wrong, he would do wrong and then be confused about why I would ask him not to, you know? Did he keep getting stuck in the toilet? This is a good story. If you want to hear it, if you would like to. Also, wait, we have to get the middle one, because that's the one that doesn't go away. Maybe the plumber loved you and getting paid is an extra bonus. Melons are 33% slower than pumpkins, bedrock only. See, Ronstar, that could be a joke or that could be real. I genuinely would have no idea. So if I'm around saying I can change light bulbs, all ladies will flock to me. Yeah, just be like, hey, I can change light bulbs, and I won't murder your dog. you gotta be very specific about not murdering their dog. Like, a pro tip, if you're trying to date, try and say all the things you won't do, and be really specific. So say stuff like, oh yeah, don't worry, babe. I'm never gonna sell all of your items on Craigslist one time when you're on vacation, then disappear, use the money to start a new life in Mexico. Say that, use as much detail as you can to make the story vivid, so they know just how committed you are to... That's what you gotta do, trust me. It's what you gotta do. It just makes sense. It just makes sense. Okay, so we're gonna do another one of these. I guess we should use the same whip for it, so we'll go out a few more blocks. We'll have, so this is, okay, this is melon for that. This is melon, farm, melon, water. So the water goes here, and then we need a similar number of blocks over there. So we're gonna do a fun pattern now, because I like fun patterns. Do you like fun patterns, internet? I hope you do. Okay, so yeah, the fun thing, it looks like your light bulb's flickering. Want me to fix it? That would work. I'm just saying. I mean, wait, we got eligible. I don't know if we do have it. You know, I'm not gonna make that comment. You know, it works. This is how most people meet their partners. They're running around on the streets screaming about light bulbs, saying they won't kill them or even murder their relatives. And you're like, ooh, wow, we got a catch in the house tonight. What's the wild plumber story? I have a close friend from, oh no, I have an acquaintance from school who I meet in college because he's going to plumbing school. He does maths for some reason, whatever, and so he's going to plumbing school. I think there is probably a lot of maths in plumbing now that I think about it. But it felt weird to me at the time, like, oh yeah, you do your maths so you can get your plumbing degree. And so, yeah, I met in college, again, and kind of like, I don't know how to describe it, just kind of became, you know, friends through that. Wow, how fun. Everything's going good. And it all seems so wonderful until one fateful evening where he eventually moves out because he originally was born in London, and he eventually moved back to London. And wow, when I moved to London, I figure, whoa, that's crazy. We live in the same place. Let's meet up. And
funny plumber story tip.
Okay, yeah, he lives in London. I meet up, and I mention offhandedly, oh, by the way, because I just moved into this house, I've got a spare room. I'm looking for a tenant, but I didn't want to like. I'm like fortunate that I didn't need the money. I want the money from a tenant. Like having a lodger, like someone who lives in one of the rooms of this house, is something that would be important to me. So I just mentioned it offhandedly, like, looking for one if you need a place. And he goes, oh yeah, I think I've got a friend who's looking for one. And his friend is named Ewan. And I was like, oh, that's cool. You know, I wasn't seriously expecting that I'd want my plumber's friend of a friend. That he's just told me a lot of stories about how bad he is. But you know, it's fine. It's funny. But then like unexpectedly the next day he's like, actually, I do need a new place. My mother's just decided to sell the house and I don't have anywhere to go. It'd be cool if I could take that. And so I say, yeah, sure. And he comes over and he says, I'll take the room. It's great. And he starts paying rent immediately and he doesn't move in for like a few days, like weeks maybe. A long time passes between the day that he's meant to move in, the day he lives there. Then after he starts living there, he just sleeps on the floor. He has a bag full of tools that he brings to and from work, because I live closer to his work than he used to. I guess he just enjoyed that aspect. I don't even know. Also, it's really hard to get access to my... Okay, we're just going to move the boat. In fact, let's just break... Oh, no! PTSD. Okay. I don't like that I did that. You're going to have to forgive me, friend. I don't really... Okay. Yeah, that's... I'm not okay right now. Okay, it's fine though. We'll just pretend we're okay, and then it will be okay. Ooh. So we sell 11 of those, by the way, because if we sell 12, we get into a problem. Look at that, we still have more pumpkins than melons, despite the fact that we have like 20 pumpkin plants and like 100 melons. So do you use a ruler to measure how long you sleep? That's funny, Spy walks. Also, I'm looking for a single cat. So anyway, he moves in and it's like really strange for a while. Like he doesn't live in the house at all. He's just paying rent, and that is ideal tenant, right? And so yeah, he's actually a friend. It's all great. It's all going good. And then I leave for America, and I'm like, hey, just leave everything how it is. You can do whatever you want in your room, but just and in all my other spaces, don't go into anything. And like, can you just leave? Ideally, I come home and I don't know that someone else has been using this stuff. That's maybe that's an unreasonable expectation, but it's my living room. It's not his living room. He has a room in my house. It's got a bathroom. He's got everything set up there, and so yeah, everything's great. I come back and I was just like, oh yeah, I'm missing a cable. Like I've got a really cool glowy cable. I quite like, and I was like, I'm just missing a cable, by the way. Do you know where it is? He's like, no, I haven't seen that actually. And I'm like, oh darn. And then I realized, wait, I have a few security cameras, and one of them's in my kitchen because it points out. And I was like, oh yeah, because the cable happened to be when I last left it on the security cam. I figure, whoa, this is really cool. I can see where the cable went, and then it's probably not Jeff's fault. It's probably maybe someone came round and they moved it, and I just can't see where. So I figure yeah, let's just find out where the cable went. And I wish I had realized at the time what a mistake I was making in looking at this camera footage. Because at first it's like, the cable's there, the cable's there, the cable's there. And then I skip past and it's gone. And I'm like, oh, so it's somewhere between here and here, the cable went missing. So I go looking through that day, and I see cables there, cables there, cables not. Oh, and then I look in the center screen, and my gotta make sure. We're talking about your horse or your plumber? I'm talking about my horse, of course. My plumber has I got a brand new sofa I really like. It's made from crushed velvet. It was a little bit of an expensive purchase, but I'm it's a sofa I'm gonna spend a lot of time on, and it's a sofa that he's been spending a lot of time on, quite intimately, is what I've learned. And I was like, oh, why? What? Just. He has a bedroom, right? What even? I was like, well, that's kind of a bummer. And so I mentioned it to him, and he's like, ooh, yeah, probably shouldn't have done that, huh? And I'm like, yeah, probably not, huh? And he goes, yeah, I won't do that again. And I'm like, oh, awesome. He appreciates inappropriate behavior, and he's learning, do not do things that are inappropriate. And that's awesome. We're good to go. We are problem-free. No more issues for me. Except, okay, so we'll place one there now. Is this right? It doesn't feel right. Yeah, maybe we do that instead. There we go. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so that's a bad scenario. He's doing some things he shouldn't be doing on my sofa. But it's not that bad, right? It's well, he's a friend. Oh, I'll it's also I can't jump these crops away. They literally will not go away. Okay, it went away there. And so okay, that's fine. And so I'm like, just pay, just anything you want to do, because the worst bit, by the way, is I didn't see what I saw is I saw that, and then I saw him walking up to the camera, and then the feed going blank because he does that. And it's I don't even know what, if he was doing that before he realized he should turn off the camera, God knows what he was doing afterwards. And so I'm like, hey, can you not do things in, also, can you find my cable? Was my real plea there of it's not good for you to do this, but also, can you not lose my stuff? That was my one request. I admittedly didn't openly say out loud, don't have relations on my sofa. I didn't ever tell him that was a rule. To be fair to me, didn't put it in the rental contract. Didn't explicitly mention it to him. Really, that's my bad. But when it comes to losing some cables, when it comes to everything else, could you not pay? And he's like, yep, won't do it again. Also, he also mentions oh yeah, I went in your room while you were gone to open your window because the house was hot. And I'm like, yeah, could you not do that as well, actually? That would, I would appreciate if you didn't do that. And so everything's good. Everything's wonderful. I feel like we've worked it all out. Ooh, that was a hard one, but he finally understands now, oh, Andrew doesn't like it when I make love on his sofa. This is not an appropriate thing to do with your landlord's furniture. And so we're all good. We're all wonderful. Like he tries to make like, you know, I feel like there's genuine remorse there. We're wonderful. We're all great. And so he maybe does, you know, maybe you know, after this big conversation about please don't go into my rooms without permission, I get back the next time, and I'm like, oh yeah, so I noticed that because my bathroom I can lock it. It's not really lock picking, but he went past the lock on my bathroom and stole toilet paper from there. And then I confront him, I'm like, hey, why did you take my toilet? Why did you steal the toilet paper from my bathroom that was locked and which I told you not to go? Like, if you tell someone not to go in somewhere, that's something, right? If you tell them not to go in there and then you lock it and then they unlock it. And he's like, I needed to borrow some toilet. I didn't steal it. I borrowed the toilet paper. And then like 3 days after that discussion, he like bought some toilet paper. He's like, look, it was borrowing. Here it is back. I was like, I mean, I don't know. Okay, we're crossing some boundaries here, but just I'll learn in the future. I would have been so mad. So then after this conversation about like, yeah, so it's not that I don't want you in there because I you know, like I don't want you like stealing stuff and not giving it back. It's that I would like my stuff to be untouched and know that if I'm gone, like I have a lot of valuables in this house. I'd like to believe they're my valuables, not that you're just not, because he made a thing about like, look, I'm not stealing all of your stuff. And I was like, don't even mention that as a possibility. Anyway, so we're all good. I feel like we've locked it down, and you know, in the continual trend of escalation, he breaks up with his girlfriend. He finds a lady at a carnival lady, yes. And they, you know, I don't want to tell the rest of this story. You can guess where this is going. You can predict how this gets worse again, and then I say you shouldn't do that, and I really iterate how important it is that he not do that, and then he does something even worse than that. And I literally, I was gonna mention it, but I was like, I don't think I should actually. It's the same rough trend of him going into places he shouldn't and doing things that no one should do anywhere that they do not explicitly have you know, like, I don't know, rights to claim ownership of. I don't even know. So yeah, after that, it's like, well, you can't keep blaming your guests for what, because he's like, oh yeah, the girl just pressured me to. It's like, what do you mean? Imagine the girl's like, hey, I think we should sneak into one of your friends' rooms. It's like, you say no. You say, that's a bad idea. I like my friend more than I like you, carnival girl. But, I mean, my plumber is just too nice of a guy. And you know, he's just so nice that he had to, again, this is what being nice is when you continuously break your friend's trust. And so I was like, you gotta leave. And he's like, yeah, I understand that. But then, like, as he was leaving, he's like, oh yeah, just so you know, here's a bunch of things I said I'd charge you for that you never heard and I never said. But like, I'm not gonna pay rent for that. And he turned it into a whole like thing. Like it was like a scorched earth thing. Like he didn't even want the friendship to survive. It felt like. And it's like, oh, this is why you don't live with people you like. This is why it's so hard to live with people you care about. Is because, like, meeting outside the home, there are really easy rules. You know, like that generic thing of like, if someone tips, they're well trained in class etiquette. What are the rules for living with someone? Genuinely varies from how you grew up. In Jeff's households, the rules were very different, clearly, or maybe I don't know. And there is like real truth to this idea of like we all grow up in such different environments, and working out how to reconcile that is hard. And yeah, so that's the story of the plumber. That is the story of why I had to make the plumber. I wanted I thought it was a great way to like have someone who was a friend who lives, because you know, if we wanted to just like go out for dinner, I could be like, hey man, you want to go out for dinner? He's like, oh yeah, I am hungry. And we'll go do a thing, you know, like it's cool to live with someone on that level. Like it's the first time I've lived with a friend properly. I've had like people live in my house, I've lived with my brother, I've had like living situations. But yeah, it was really good on paper, and it was really, really bad in practice. is the living with a friend experience. And now you know. So yeah, his kink was irking you, says Woodfish Trombone. Genuinely, I had to ask at one point, like, is it just do you genuinely just enjoy the fact that you know I'll be mad? Like, are you excited about this moment where I say, you shouldn't do this, you can't do this? Like, it felt like it was. It genuinely felt like, yeah, my favorite thing is when someone trusts me and I break their trust, and it's just so good. And it's like, that's not my favorite thing. And this is a reminder, even if it's literally what he enjoys, you can't involve non-consenting strangers in your stuff. So yeah, right, are you gonna rent out the room again? Yeah, I got a new I got a new. There's a funny story about how I found someone new, but I got someone new in the room, and they not once have they committed acts on my sofa. Not once, 0 time. If you'll believe it, I know it's shocking. They have not yet made any love onto any of my possessions. Honestly, they're going above and beyond when they're doing that. 0 times that you know about. That's a good point. Yeah, I didn't even lock my bedroom. I should have. I need to get back into the, maybe when I leave for a long time, I should like lock more of my stuff. Maybe you should rent out the sofa. I'm at work listening to my phone in my pocket, laughing at this story. People are looking at me weird. Yeah, it's weird because some people just have such different understandings of, like, this is why you need a basic understanding of, like, how should a good person behave, and can I do that? If you can vaguely, also we're getting so many slimes during this. If you can vaguely at least try that, you'll be in a good place. But if that's not even your goal, you might not make it to a good place. By the way, this is 4 different ways to farm melons. It took me, God knows how many hours, 2 hours here. So this is one farm design. It's very good for growth speed. There's a lot of shared potential plots there, but you'll get more growth speed because it's more dense. There are more melon blocks than empty blocks, and they're all well hydrated besides these ones. Honestly, you shouldn't do the extra block in each direction, is what I'm clearly seeing. You can literally see the 1 extra block that is ruining it every way. But anyway, then we got this one over here. This is great because every block stays hydrated, and it looks cool. Honestly, it looks cool. Is that enough of benefit for you? It should be. This is good because, again, it's got the growth over pace and it's going to be hydrated. And this is the non-hydrated version of that, which is slightly faster to mine, but takes slightly longer to grow. So you can see, look how much faster this is growing than that. I think it should, even the crops are growing faster and everything too. So now we're going to grow up some of these just so we have some melons over here doing something for me. Yeah, let's do it. Let's grow up all the somewhat grown ones into fully grown ones. So, yeah, I think that, fun fact, when my first wife cheated on me and I threw her out, her sister moved in me as a lodger for 2 years while she saved up to buy a house. My ex-wife moved into her sister's flat. Oh, that's a cool story, Vronstar 308. I like the idea of, like, I like the idea of, like, someone's sister being more loyal to you than to them. That's like a win, you know? You're like, yep, they like me more than they like. I mean, that's not actually what happened there. It sounds like you just made a amicable set of living arrangements. But yeah, I think that'd be fun. So, Cat, do you know any instruments? Oh, I know so many instruments. There's the drums. There's the triangle. There's the keyboard. There's the piano. I'm proud of myself for that. Just so you know. IBX is a melon scientist. Yeah, so this is basically a side quest I'm going on to get as many melons as I can. Because melons are power. Melons are actually not power, but they are the next best thing, in my opinion. Because melons can be used to get emeralds at a 1-to-1 exchange rate if you cured them. Oh, okay, he's figured on that. It's fine. So, yeah, it's a really good deal, in my opinion. So I try to take advantage as often as I can. And, yeah, maybe he should wear his... Also, which Assassin's Creed game is best? Says Dan Marsh. I think the Assassin's Creed games are not much about assassinating or about creeds. Gonna love with you. They've got that problem. They've got that problem. Okay, so the dirt has to go into my big dirt chest. I mean, I've got another dirt chest, but like this one I think was emptying out. Put some extra blocks in there. And yeah, I think we'll make a cool bit of terrain while we grow these next. And also we need some glass so we can cover up with, and that way no slimes will get into. Yeah, that's a good idea. So I also, wait, a sky height melon farm. Let's do it. Let's do the sky height melon farm. So I want to do this as far out as I can. Like as close to the edge as I humanly can get away with. Because obviously it's going to block a view otherwise. This is the thing about tall structures. You need to watch out for them. So genuinely true. By the end of 2 years, we hated each other and weren't speaking. Oh, like you and your ex-wife's sister, or that's sad if it's true. You're not. I would like it if the end you're like, yeah, this is really cool. I'm glad I know you. I think it makes sense. Like being in a relationship with someone is different than like the way that you might find a friend and the way you find a relationship person. What's the word for that? There's definitely a word for that. Are like they're often the same, even though they're like different skill sets. So like, and because siblings are quite similar, right? You are more likely, you're likely if you get on with one sibling to get on with another. Like you've got shared dispositions or whatever. Like, so if you do something that like strains a relationship, that might not strain a friendship. Like you know, like even like Jeff living with, sorry, my plumber, not anyone else. Living with my plumber was hard, but like. It was more straining than just being friends with him, which would be more straining than just occasionally meeting up and being like, oh yeah, it's the plumbing man. You know, you feel me? Also, I'm glad the melons are finally growing at some speed now. We're gonna collect a lot of melons, which means a lot of good stuff. I've got 4 brothers. It's chaos. Meanwhile, the storm waiting for IBX to finish his stories. Before coming, you know, I'm glad that they're valuing my input that way. Okay, so yeah, look at this. We're finally getting decent numbers of melons. It's good to see. Also, come on, dude. No. Okay, I'm gonna start placing glass around this now. I'm just gonna do that because this is too treacherous. So how much glass do we need? Like this is 22 by, so this is minus 12, and this is. Plus 25. 37 by 22, we need 600 glass blocks. That is 10 stacks. And if you buy, that's a lot of glass we gotta buy. Let's buy some glass. Okay, we need a lot of this stuff. We could probably get a reduced price villager, right? Do I have a reduced price villager? Are you reduced price? One of these guys must be reduced price, right? Or one of them was reduced price and then he got re-zombified when I wasn't looking. Yeah, no, I don't have any, Did I really lose my reduction guy? Oh, that sucks. That really sucks. Fence around the farm. You can make glass panes. That's true. Also, Calypso, I remember watching when you had around 100,000 subscribers. Every time I've come back to Minecraft, I've come back to your channel. Oh, that's awesome, man. I like that. Like, so, you know, sometimes you get out of the game, and who knows how you're gonna... Like, it is, I totally had that with a lot of games, where, like, and you can almost use it the other way around. Like, when you want to get back into a game, you get back into the YouTubers that help you. I know, it is fun in that way, right? It is fun. Yeah, the glass... Oh, man. Is there anyone better to buy it from? Vanishing Man... Curse of Binding. If I sell these... No, okay. So getting glass is easier said than done. Only a few villagers will do it. And I've already got all the things I need from them, it seems. One of these other guys must sell glass. And, okay, this person sells glass. I just gotta sell him enough books for him to do that for me. Or I could buy lanterns first. I think I should sell him some paper. No, I'll sell him books. Okay, I've got 12 leather, 12 books will be a lot, and it'll be great. Me and my sister thought it would be a good financial system, but by the end of things, we were just so grating we haven't spoken since. Yeah, it's look, like, it's weird because of how much needs to align for people to live together properly, right? Like, because you might think like, oh no, you don't need to be that great to like live with someone, because if you like, I just won't be all the things that make someone bad to live with, or like, you know, like if things get real bad, we'll just both retreat to our own thing. But you have a shared responsibility, and that's what makes it hard. Also, all of that, and we just get back to name tags anyway. Well, it was fun to do, and I got myself some glass, so that's good. After a while, I feel like living with family becomes a bad idea. I think living with anyone is a bad idea. I think living with anyone is a bad idea. That's the problem, right? Is in an ideal world, everyone lives by themselves. Not a bad idea, I'd say. It's going to be bad for your relationship to live with anyone. You can make it a fine thing if you both try, but again, you both need to have a good idea of like, do you both want to try? Do you both agree on what is the minimum, right? Like you can go above, like it's I don't know, it's like you can get your friends more for their birthday, but not like than what they expect. But you can't like, oh, that's a bad example. Whatever, you know, I don't understand. Living yourself is the best solution. I think you learn a lot more about, you know, polite society, about being a human from being above people. You just also learn how to hate human beings. Because I know it's like when you're angry with someone in normal life, you're just like, oh, this was nice, I'll go now. It's like okay, you know when the common thing on a date is like having easy out strategies. So you say like, oh, my Uber driver just called and he's having a bad day, so sorry, I've gotta go. And then you go and it's done. If you live with someone and you're like, you are really annoying me, it's like, well, let's solve this then. I guess. Let's see, let's buy some blue ice. It's expensive, but if I want a blue ice pathway, I've got to pay. Yeah, this is the cool thing about spending so long farming emeralds. Yours does the ooh thing too. You're right about that, bro. When you're 24, you shouldn't live with someone other than a girlfriend, fiance, or wife. I think there is a huge financial advantage to living with your parents. So I would always say, like, always consider it. I know not everyone's in a happy family situation where that even is a possibility. If it is, it'll suck for you emotionally. But getting your life off to a 3-year head start by spending 2 years with your parents, probably worth doing, all things considered. Even if you want to just move with your parents so you can spend more money, like, I don't know, being you know, like doing dumb things that you might do. That probably, actually maybe that's not smart, but you know, if you want to do it, it's a smart investment, I guess. Okay, so we're gonna make the sky high melon farm next. By the way, my parents live in a tiny home. Yeah, you gotta have your own space, right? You gotta have your own space. This goes back to the city thing. Okay, it all ties in together, chat. It all ties in together. The city thing versus the country thing is people in the country are like, yeah, you only leave the house for a big trip, so everything you need to have needs to fit in here. I'm only gonna go shopping once a month because the grocery store's so far away. It's a real thing you gotta watch out for. Like, yeah, when you live far away. Why do these plants keep on undoing themselves? Like I can literally see there's no mobs that are doing that. They just are. It's very odd. Yeah, like you have as much space as you can, you have as much stuff as you can, because you don't want to leave the house, so you put as much stuff in as you can in the house, so you don't need to leave the house. Whereas if you live in a city, you want to leave the house because all the fun things in a city are outside your house. So you want to leave the house, and so you plan your life around the fact that you'll do that, and so you need less like I said, like if you've seen my apartments while I live in Vegas or New York. It's like, well, yeah, there's enough. It's a luxury that I have that much space, like a whole bedroom separate to your living room. I know I bull crazy. but it's like that idea of like I need more space just doesn't really exist when you're living by yourself in a place where your needs are met. But if you live if you, and same with living with parents, like if you're making your own household, you can make the space for like this. But if you're in your own household and you need space to do your own stuff, because again, that same thing will happen where it's like something really dumb happens. Like, oh yeah, I said that melons are a vegetable, and then when you said no, they're a fruit actually, I said no, you're a fruit actually, and you said, but yeah, just admit that I was right because like melons are a fruit. And I said, well, actually, well, your mum didn't think that melons were a fruit when she abandoned you at birth. And you'll say that was uncalled for, and I'll say insulting my opinions on vegetables is uncalled for. And they'll say, but it's not a vegetable, and you'll have really raised voices, and it's just like, I'm just gonna go to the section of the house where melons are vegetables, if that's okay. And then you walk over there. I'll walk over to the section of my office where, opinions are acceptable, and then I'll come back when it's all good. But if you live in a one-room place, then when you have that dumb argument, it's bad. And so like having like relations with someone is like an obligation to, have some amount of social interaction. Like you speak to your mother probably more than once a year. Also, I gotta stop doing that. I don't need these melons anymore. Like I could put them in a chest or something, but I gotta focus on the. Oh, that was cool. I guess we got enough melons till the end of time. This helps me understand my feelings about repartnering. Yeah, it's first of all, that's like a level of challenge I don't even understand. I think dealing with like the death of someone that like is integral, but then also you're like, well, they're integral, so they need to be. I know it's like, how do you replace someone? You don't replace someone, but then also, but you need something to fill the gap that is there, and then blah 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 blah. Really hard. I don't get it. But so when it comes to like living with family, you're making an obligation to have some amount of shared life together. You could say perhaps, and so you want to have space for when it's bad and that's dumb or whatever else. You've got big melons. I do have big melons. Thank you. I do appreciate that. I relate to that a lot. Yeah, I didn't even realize it until like I don't know. When I started YouTube, you can watch my 2013 videos, or 14 maybe. I shared a single room in a house share with my then girlfriend. And like, man, it was nice to go to the shared living room, even though it was a shared living room, just to be like, just have a little bit of space sometimes. Just a little bit of space. Just, a little bit of where I can, because honest, there's this funny thing too. Like, even if you're like not in a bad place, like I mentioned arguments, even if you're not in a bad place, sometimes you don't want to feel watched, right? You want to just, because there's this funny, it's called character masks. Apparently, some people, I've heard people call that like an autistic thing recently. So maybe your own mileage may vary, but you're a slightly different character around everyone in your life. You are a different character to your teacher than you are to your brother than you are to your best friend. You're a different character to your boss than you are to your coworkers. You're a different character to that nice man on the internet than you are to, I don't know, Prime Minister, I was going to say Boris Johnson. I think we've gone through 2 Prime Ministers since then. Then the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. You're different people depending on the scenario. Code switching, that's autistic. No, I don't think, I think that's what everyone does. Like, I think calling that autistic is very autistic, but I mean, whatever. Like, I think there's a problem with the neurodiverse. Also, thank you. Whoa.
Based on what the wiki says, only sleeping every 8th day or whenever rain ends will get you thunderstorms the fastest.
Every 8th day. Is that one of those Java facts though? Have I been doing this wrong? Code switching. Yeah, I've heard about code switching as a racial term too. This is the thing. We live in a world where everyone's like, my differences make me special, and that's cool. Like, your differences do make you special. Don't get me wrong. But also, we're denying the fundamentally common parts of the human experience by making a part of the human experience part of the black experience, or the neurodiverse experience, or the disabled experience, or the you know, like the tech engineer experience. And it's like it's okay to have these niche experiences that, you know, like, oh yeah, when you're this is just part of the Minecraft. Sometimes, you know, like I don't mean to, you know, when you're a Minecraft YouTuber, you have days that are good and days that are bad. That's crazy. Sometimes when you're a Minecraft YouTuber, you wake up in the morning hungry and you eat breakfast. You wouldn't know though. You guys aren't like a Minecraft YouTuber. But if you were, you know, you'd know what it would be like to live such a high and successful life, obviously. I think I might plant sugarcane all along this side of it. I'm not sure, but I might. Okay, for now, let's place our glass, though. I'm not going to go glass all around the edge yet. I'm going to have, like, a rim. Just because I think it would look interesting. Like, I don't think it's even a good idea. I just kind of want to do it, you know? So, I can only imagine. Yeah, it's why you guys just wouldn't know what it's like in the crazy world of making Minecraft videos. Also, I'm having some funny thoughts about the story, says Angela Van Kampenhout. Oh, I missed that tip, by the way, but I'm assuming that was the plumber thing. Yeah, no, I've had a lot of silly drama time in my life, and I think the goal should be like, some people like thrive off of human conflict, but every time I just feel so bad, like. I just feel so bad about the fact that it's happening, and I'm like, how do I just make this go away? You know, like, I've been thinking about the legal system a lot. Because, like, there's always some court case going on, right? Where, like, these people are having a big disagreement, and they've taken it to the highest legal courts of the land. And it always seems dumb, like, why do we have a system where 2 people argue, and then 12 people decide one of those people gets punished? Like, isn't punishment kind of... Like, have you ever had this feeling, chat, about like, well, why do we even bother punishing people? They've already done the bad thing. Like, also, oops. Okay, yeah, that was just a bad trade. I traded the extra melon with him, and it just led to bad things for me. Like, they've already done the bad thing. And like, they're not gonna undo it. And as long as they know not to do it again, and they already do, what's even the downside? Also, I need to go get some more glass. Probably a lot more glass, but we'll just get like a stack for now. I make Minecraft videos. Doesn't that mean I'm technically a Minecraft YouTuber? You're a Minecraft YouTuber when you... I don't want to make that bad joke, but you know, when you're incorrectly, yeah, you're not. Never mind. So the weather is real good in Beijing right now, and if you don't agree, then maybe punishment is so 19th century. It's the principle of being judged by your peers. So yeah, there's something about that people really like, and the idea of like when you are judged to do wrong, you should like this idea of like justice is valuable, but the way more valuable idea is like you don't have to seek revenge anymore. Like, so much of people's life would be consumed by how do I right this wrong? And with the legal system, once they decide, it's over. Like, you know, if someone murders your son, that happened. There was a US diplomat just killed a teenager in the UK. They were driving on the wrong side of the road, and so the teenager's on their motorbike, and they just get... because they're they're driving on the correct side and the American diplomat was driving on the wrong side. It's a really controversial case that like really strained UK-US relations because the guy just claimed diplomatic immunity. I'm a diplomat, so I'm allowed to kill people. That's what he effectively said. And like, you know, I don't have to stand trial for anything, and you can't prove that I killed him if I can't stand trial. Is what it effectively came down to. And so it was a really interesting case because, yeah, like, what they were like, the parents of the child had to go for a lot of work, and what they were effectively asking for is like, we would like someone to serve a lifetime in prison, And it doesn't bring their sun back, right? But everyone has the same...
Thunderstorms in Bedrock were made to match Java in January 17th, 2010. If it doesn't thunder by halfway through day 7, it won't thunder for a while.
Okay, so we sleep on every 8th day. That's what we do. I can live with that, I guess. I can live with that. I'm a sovereign citizen. Man, sovereign citizen things on YouTube, some of the best content. Some of the best content. The punishment should be the bad thing that happened. No, but the really interesting thing about that case is like, you know, they went through a lot of like channels to try and make this happen, and it seems like it's crazy. Like why? But like the reason the legal system needs to exist, the reason you need to be confident that if someone, the reason you need to be confident it exists is because you need to know that if someone kills your child, they will go away for a long enough time to make sure that there is no way they'll want to do that on purpose. They should regret doing that so hard, and everyone else should look at that and say, I won't do that. Because if you don't have that, you'll want to send that message yourself. And if you send that message yourself, if you're like, yeah, I would like to make punishment to people. I want to make, like, you know, if you see, like, protest stuff, it's basically what people are, in some cases, trying to do. Like, domestic terrorism is people trying to take it into their own hands. They, you know, like, they'll have if you ever look, by the way, I'm not trying to sympathize with terrorism here, but there'll always be something in there. Like, it'll be like, I don't know, like, there's been a few shootings that have cited the Great Replacement theory, which is like, I'm not going to dive into on a Minecraft live stream, but they believe that like immigration is being used to eliminate their culture and their race or whatever, and they're standing up against this great injustice by shooting strangers. I don't quite get the link there, but you know, like their thing is that they are standing up for this thing because it's not being stood up for elsewhere. We need to have justice systems that do mean things for people who, you know, like, that don't bring people back. That costs us money, by the way. We pay money for people to go to prison because having a place that is bad, that people don't want to go, that people will actively avoid doing crimes for, is good for deterrence. It's good for punishment and retribution, but it's so much better to avoid people taking things into their own hands. In the US, there's a distinction of manslaughter versus murder. Yeah, there is a distinction legally between manslaughter and murder. I think it's a little bit of a... I do think manslaughter is less bad than murder, but I think most people use murder to like... I think there should be like, they killed a person. There we go. They killed a man. They killed a man, and they probably even enjoyed it. I think crime starts from abusive parents, and it spread to the kids of the parents. Yeah, if you ever looked at, it's like one of those sad stats that like, yeah, one of the biggest like, it kind of goes back to that thing about houses actually. Like when you live with someone, you are having a huge impact on them. If you're raising someone, you have an even bigger impact. They'll ask you, how is this thing meant to be done? And you'll give them your answer. If I tried to tell a child how you do, yeah, if you give the wrong answer, like, oh yeah, what do you do when you're mad at someone? You hit them until you're not mad anymore. That's a really bad answer. But like, when they go to school and they do that, and it's like, well, the parent, you know, like the whole school system is designed to make you like horrified if your child does something wrong. What if the parents are like, yeah, I don't like you fellas, and you should stop telling my child what to do. If he wants to punch someone, that should be his business, I reckon. It's like, ooh, yeah, that's real hard. Crime has a huge link to economic inequality. Yeah, that's one of the most interesting one of the most interesting reasons to be against like the economic inequalities is, it's like one of the biggest predictors of crime is if you are surrounded by people who have more than you and you don't believe they have it fairly, like that's the reason you need to have a fair feeling system. Like if people say the system is unfair, even if the system's perfectly fair, even if it's a perfectly meritocratic system where you're born and the skill level you have determines how much money.
So glad to catch another one of your streams. It's been a while.
Good to see you,
Nice Santa
Technoblade
hat.
Never Dies. Thank you for the Santa hat. It's because it's Streammas. It's the year of streams. The month of streams? The year of streams now. I've upgraded it, internet. I'm going to go quickly make myself a sky-height melon farm. So bamboo would be the best way to do that. If I don't have that, I'll just use a stack of dirt. Did I look at the Enderman? I did. By the way, let me show you how Endermen work on bedrock, 'cause it's a lot worse. Oh, Christ. Okay, so the good news is I will not die. That's the good news. You'll do a lot to feed your hungry child. Yeah, okay, you know, actually, I don't agree with that part of the economic inequality thing of like, all crime happens because someone is in a situation where it's either commit crime or don't feed themselves or their child. Because, you know, like, everyone's making decisions before that. But there is a real point that when people have things more than you, and you deem it to be unfair that they have... Like, if you're on a certain section of Twitter, and they convince you that billionaires are stealing money from you, and that's why they have so much, you're like, oh, they get private jets, and they get to eat at any restaurant they want anytime. They don't have to work, and they get to live in a mansion, and they stole from me to do it. You know, it's the retribution thing of like, I'm going to right this wrong. I'm going to fix this injustice. I'm going to break into Mark Zuckerberg's mansion. I'm going to take the money back. Because, you know, we the people, deserve this stuff back. Okay, so right here is where the melon farm's going to go. Or maybe I should have it right here. Like, no, it's going to go further back. I want to make sure it's at the in the very, very corner over here. You know, right over here seems good. There's nothing behind it. There won't be anything behind it. Let's stack. Okay, so we'll place a block there so the water can flow down. Maybe like a few blocks. Yeah, like 2 blocks. That works. And now we just stack all the way up to world height. Or maybe at least 256. Billionaires have less money because they take risk move and have financial advisors. How do you get financial advisors? You need money. What's that? You gotta be a billionaire to be a billionaire? Ooh. Seems... Also, I think it needs to be 2 stacks of dirt, because there needs to be 1 for the melon, 1 for the... Should we jump down? Yeah. Because otherwise I'll... Wait, actually, if I just, like... Okay, if I just place a block there. Will I die from a 32 block full? Yes, I will. So let's... Okay, can I make that full? Yeah, you know, okay, this is great. This works just fine. As long as I make the full not enough to die from, or I remember that it's there, we'll be great. Also, don't my melon... Okay, my melon farms look good from above, right? It looks like a face. Are you guys seeing that? Am I crazy? Okay, so... yeah, now we're gonna... We hoe every, like, 3rd block, and then we place them. Oh, no, we only need to place one of these up, though. I'm really stupid. Okay, one of these goes all the way up, and then one of them has blocks every 3. Do we start at the ground for those? No, we'll just start up here, and we'll retroactively justify it. Yep, that works. So this is where a melon grows. This is where a hoe goes. So then 1, 2. We only need 2 blocks between each of these. So then we have another one of these. And then 1, 2. And then we have another one of these. We'd actually hoe the ground and put the melon in now. That'd be... Yeah, let's do that. Let's... And then... Oh, no, the water's on this side. Oh, it's fine. You know, it's fine. And then 1, 2. And then we do it. And we'll hoe. And we'll place our melon seeds. 1, 2. So yeah, this is a little bit silly, some would say. But some would say... most billionaires woke up on 3rd and think they hit a triple. See, that's... I've had like 5 different people. Some people say, more crime happens at least where I'm from because you need money for your addiction. Yeah, but then the funny thing there is like, yeah, then the addiction is also heavily centered in like the inequality feeling of like, man, the best way to feel like, if you want to feel as good as it feels to have $1 billion, try meth. It might work. You know, or try, I don't know, try something very bad and addictive, right? It might feel as good. I mean, like, you know, like, you get numb to your achievements after a while. If you're the sort of person who's like, yeah, I founded 2 unicorn billion-dollar companies, but you know, all the good Silicon Valley investors have founded like a dozen. You know, like you're a wealthy person, but you know, you're not like I'm not as famous as Elon Musk. I don't make as funny tweets, and so no one knows about me. Yeah, like addictive drugs might be an equivalent feeling to being the wealthiest person on the planet. Honestly, there is someone feeling, statistically, right? If the wealthiest 100 people on the planet are not the happiest 100, probably not even close. If we're like, I bet no one in the top 100 wealthiest people is currently one of the top 100 happiest. There is a happiness gap in the world, because responsibility, you know, it's happy sometimes, not happy always. Water can fertilize farmland through solid dirt. Fun fact. Yeah, that is a useful fact too. It's a very useful one. 1, 2, 3, and place another one. So yeah, it's a little bit of a silly farm, some would say, but I bet some people believe that. Also, this is a good viewing point. Oh, this is way better than from the top. Look at this, chat. This is amazing. Let's just sit up here and hope no skeletons spawn. I'll leave my hands away from the keyboard, so I will just die. Isn't this beautiful? Oh, my God. This is amazing. Look how well lit up it is, by the way, too. I didn't realize how much of the world had been lit. It might be fun to light this entire circle. What do you reckon, chat? Light the circle? I guess I shouldn't light that area over there, because that's where I convert witches. Or I could just move the area where I convert witches to where the birches are. Let's watch the sunset or sunrise together, I guess, internet. Isn't this beautiful? Stunning. Thank you. That's all I wanted to hear. I'm trying my best to live with less crap to clean, less stress. Yeah, I was saying that earlier, like, if you live in a giant house, there's only so big, even if you had unlimited land and unlimited money to build on that land, but, like, only just to build, you then need the money to upkeep all those things. Like, you need a housekeeper to own a house with, like, 12 bedrooms, right? Because how are you going to possibly look after, like, making sure they're all stocked and all? I don't know. It just sounds like a hassle to me. So now we dig down, and we remove every... Actually, wait, what we'll do is we'll... Okay, so this is a little bit of a dangerous way to live life, but it's the way I'm going to choose to do it anyway. We dig down, and we break a couple blocks, and then we dig down, and we do the same. There's probably a better way to do this, but I don't know what it is, so I'm not going to do it. I think this is fun, too. Like, it... You know, I've never made, like... Whenever I make a sky-height farm, I always use vertical space first. But this is deliberately being, you know, like, a little bit space silly. Which is fun to say. Also, this is why I need efficiency 5. Do you see how slow I'm being right now? This is just not very effective, internet. Oh, rain! Wait, is that thunder? No, probably not. I mean, it could be. You never know, internet. You never know. So yeah, the water is actually... See, this isn't being... Okay, it's all being hydrated now. We're good. Is it being hydrated by the rain, though? You know, I don't know. Yeah, I think that there's this funny link between... there is this very fascinating link between the perceived... the more you... At a certain point, like, if you had a house as double as big as you have right now, you just have double as much space between things. If you had a house that's triple as big as you have right now, maybe you'd have an extra room that you would use for, like, I don't know, like you'd have a game room as well as a dining room as well as a living room, maybe. Something like that, like, right? If you had an extra, you know, like, if it doubled again after that, you're like, now I have, like, guest bedrooms and, like, enough for a whole family. Now I have the obligation that someone can just invite themselves to stay over. I mean, I've got the spare bedrooms for it, right? A bigger house would fit a train set. Oh, no. Okay. That was bad. Oh, Christ. Yeah, that's... I mean, I see what happened. But it's fine. Okay, so... Next step is to... Also, I still want to get horses. Whenever I find one, I'll give him a little tame. It's not a very fast horse. Not going to bother. But yeah, the more you have, the more you have to maintain. Which is a valuable lesson. It's not obvious to everyone either. But like, yeah, actually, as the size of something increases. Oh, how did he get down there? Are they spawning on the plants? There's no. What is the explanation for this, chat? Okay, it's fine. I'll just run away till they despawn. We need a bigger room, but potentially 3 autistic kids, so they can't share. We'd stay here. See, right? I see like 3 kids in 1 room. Two. That's a bad balance, right? Having 3 kids in 2 rooms probably about fine, depending on the way the genders are split. Having 3 kids in 3 rooms, probably what most people would say is like as much as ideal. Having 3 people in 4 rooms, well, they need a room for their toys. That was something that I always thought. One of my relatives' children had a separate toy room, and I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Imagine that. Can you imagine that? Literally cannot. It was mind blowing. And then if they have 5 rooms for 2, it's like we're getting silly here, right? We aren't even achieving this. You know, like the children don't look after themselves. I'm just giving myself more effort. Their life isn't getting better. My life is just getting harder. And the bigger it is, the more you have to walk. Hashtag lazy cow. Yeah, I have to go up so many flights of stairs just to like. I must get like. I must climb more flights of stairs in my average day than like an office worker does. So yeah, I think that I think there's this funny thing about like there's a site every little different, like every extra 10% salary you get right now is making a huge difference to your quality of life, or whatever money you have. 10% extra, like it would make a huge difference, right? Like your first 10% is going to give you like you can eat out more often maybe, or like buy more video games, or you know, you can save a little bit of, you can do something that really makes your life feel more secure. Because if you can save now, then all of a sudden you're able to you know, like unlock things that require. Oh, okay. So okay, let's go down 2 more. I hope this lines up with the floor perfectly. There's a 1 in 3 chance it does, and if it does, I look like I'm so good at doing things intentionally. Oh, okay, it's 1 block off the floor. I'll take that. I'll take that. So yeah, now we got to go back up and place an extra dirt block in front of each of these, and then place a melon seed in there. We don't have enough melons right now. I don't know why I keep thinking we do. So we'll plant these ones anyway as we go down, and then we'll go up and do some more. This is a bit of a silly idea, the Sky Hype melon farm, but I like it anyway. I have a joy that comes from making this. Oh, slimes can climb up to that. Oh, I guess they're using the water. It's something we can work out later, I guess. It's okay, Mr. Super Chat. Hi, fellow cat. How do you do? Hey, cat lover. It's good to see you again. How are you doing, cat? Or cat lover? It's been a while, huh? I hope things are going well in the middle of the UK, the squarest bit of the UK. I think billionaires often have a lot of stress. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, so every 10% salary you add, you get a huge return at the lower end. Once you hit like, it used to be £76,000 or dollars or something, but it's way past it now. Once you hit like $250,000 or something, a third of a mil, every additional bit you add is like, it's nice. You can buy a Lambo instead of a Porsche. Can buy, you know, like, I don't know, what else can you do? I can invest an extra $1,000 in my S&P 500 account. Ooh, yes. But like, the major lifestyle differences stop happening at a certain point. Yeah, it's really interesting to me. Like, you know, the biggest lifestyle difference a lot of people chase is like, I would like to retire earlier. That is the biggest individual difference that I can make in my life is, wouldn't it be nice if I retired? Also, I definitely placed plant. Okay, so some of them are still existing. We're fine. Okay, we're good. So do I still have enough dirt to keep doing this? I do. This is the best idea for a farm I've ever had, by the way. This is the best idea I've ever come across. You'd always place melon 1 block under the surface so it's flush with the ground when grown. No, I don't understand that. Unless you're saying like, nope. Oh, right, I see what you're saying. No, I do get what you're saying. I could do it. I think being 1 block up. I think I should change my name instead of using my real name, says Polly E. Yeah, a lot of people, I like the idea of a handle personally. Like, I'm a big believer in like, you know, like sharing real names is cool. I mean, I think they're like, even though I like, I don't know, let's pick some long-term subscribers here. Like you know, I think you know, I think Kat went the opposite way of that. She went from like a handle to like a, but I know. Okay, so unplanned baby here's right. Got a really fun name now, objectively funnier than what it was before. But now, you know, there's something less personal about the fact that it's something unplanned baby is a good name. It's a high quality one, but it's less personal than you know, knowing it is, you know, like Cat Lover 10750. I'm doing well, thanks. Just got back from my tour of Europe holiday. Now I'm working at Nando's. Hit me up for a 40% lunch at Nando's. Oh heck yeah! Okay, for real. How do I get a 40% off lunch at Nando's? You tell me how. You DM me right now. You tell me the details. I'm in. I was actually craving Nando's earlier today. I think it must have been like sponsored to me or something, because I was like looking around on Google Maps, saw a Nando's. I was like, well, guess I gotta go to Nando's at some point. What did I do? Oh, you changed your username. I think it was Ultima. Like you had a pre-decided one before, and then you went to, you know, like I guess it's like a username still, but it's you went from a handle, like just a set of words, to a name. You know, I'm open to name suggestions. As Angela Van Kampenhout. See, you know, Angela Van Kampenhout is a little bit long. You gotta Angela C, because then, you know, there you go. I think that might be the good thing. Walk into a random Nando's and ask for a cat lover. I just have to go into Nando's and hope the employee is high enough that they'll go, whoa, I recognize you. Are you a cat? And then that'll be good. That'll be good. Hello from Russia. You are super. Yes, I am very super. My good friend Yuri agrees. I am very good. Dimitri, on the other hand, is not a fan of YouTube channel. He says it poisons the minds of the greatest generation that has ever existed. Because why do you think there is equality? There is no equality. There is only equality in being crushed by state. What about Nine-Name? There's a story, I promise. Says MJTP4351. Tell me the story behind your name. Actually, you get a 40% off by paying 40% more. Just for the update, by the way, I'm gonna check my DMs right now. Make sure this Nando's is more important than this stream. I'm sorry, internet. I need to find out. Okay, how am I getting Nando's? Okay, I didn't get a DM. Oh, you can okay. There's a code. There's a code you can use to get 40% off, only in the UK and Europe. Which, to be fair, is a pretty big place, right? Is Europe big? Chat, is Europe big? Yes or no? Gotta let me know. Also, I think that, okay, this is a big tap. Well, I think we're already high enough. You know, it looks like it's sky height already. We could call it a day. We could say it was sky height, and no one would even probably know. But I shan't. So we're just gonna drop the water down just so like stuff gets rehydrated. I don't know if that's a good idea to keep rehydrating and unhydrating. No, Europe's a tiny puny continent. I mean, I'm always like, It feels big to me being from here. But, like, you can fly across all of Europe in 3.5 hours. Like, I've been to Moscow, Kiev, and Istanbul. 2 of those are questionably in Europe. One of them is in definitely not Europe. Or definitely the edge of Europe. Check that twit for 40% off. No, you get, okay, get this, cat. You've offered me 40% off at Nando's. And, as well as that, you've offered me, you've tipped enough for me to buy a 40% off Nando's. This is the best stream tip I've ever had. In Europe, the term we use is smaller than the continent. Europe, the term we use is smaller than... You know, I don't know what that means. Code? I didn't say a code. Oh, you didn't say a code? Oh, no. Am I crazy? I heard it was a code. Am I crazy? What? Did I... Oh, right. I see what you're saying. You're, there's no magic code. I gotta physically... You got like a... Okay, I got it. I'll work it out. I'll get my Nando's. I love some Nando's. If you work at Nando's, do you get bored of eating it? Or how does that work? Bread, just bread, says A&L Plays. Bread, just bread indeed. 1, 2, 3. Place a block. And do the same. 1, 2, 3. And place a block. Wow. I like the farmland is slightly lower than a regular block. It's got a weird thing on there. I like my name and I like my nicknames. Not many people my age have my name. Yeah, Audrey sounds like a very, 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 very... I was going to say old, but I'll be polite. Esteemed character. That's what an Audrey sounds like. Sounds like someone who has seen their share of things. See, if I make the highest point on this high, I can see the world. Because I want this to be sky height, by the way. But the problem with sky height is it's so high you can't even see the world. From up here, I can see it, and I get a pretty decent view. Like, I think it's probably better lower down by a little bit. I guess we could go to any point on this. Oh, I broke my melon stem. Oopsie. So yeah, let's now go down and break the dirt blocks. And now we have melons that grow in the sky. Is there a reason going up by 3 and not 2? To match sugarcane? Yeah, it's okay. So we're going up. We're going up by 2 blocks if you look. If we go by 1, even though it would still grow, we wouldn't be able to farm it as easily. It was my grandmother's name. I'm 36, lol. You know, a 36-year-old Audrey actually does seem about right. You know, because 36 is. See, I'm at the point where I have to believe that everyone over the age of 30 is basically old and gonna die. Because I've got plenty of time before I hit it myself. Got a whole like 2.5 years. That's like infinite amount of time in the real world. So we just go down, break the blocks. We're not in the water, so we can actually mine the blocks faster. And look at that. I think I'd like to control the water to make it 1 block rather than this many. Okay, this can't be that, or it doesn't work, right? Stares at you and over 30 old ladies stare. You know, I'm just saying. You know, do you go to the supermarket and feel like there is enough selection there for you, or do you say where is the pre-aged barrel sorted kombucha? If you say the second one, you're young. If you say the first one, you're old. That's the if you don't have it, them's the rules. I'm sorry, I don't make them. I just live by them. Wee. Yeah, that's a good ride down, all things considered. And now we got melons that grow up. Honestly, it looks like a sky height farm. Oh, Christ. Okay, I didn't blow anything up. We're fine. Also, look how many melons grew eventually. Also, there's a pillager raid. Do I want that is a good question I don't know the answer to. Chat, do we want to do a raid? No! Is not the answer to that question. It is an unrelated exclamation. So I'll just leave that here. Do I want to patch the creeper hole? I can make a grand entrance to this. Yeah, you know, also the amount of glass that cost me. Oh. This is why I need to light the world up, so I can walk around at night with no issues. Clearly that is something I need to be considering. Yes, you need raid things. Do I need raid things? Do it at the iron farm. Do it at the iron. Do the raid. Oh yeah, if I do the raid at the iron farm, that's smart. That's a $1 trillion idea. I mean, I'm being generous. It's like a $7 idea at best. But still, thank you. Enjoy a cake and a full meal with these tips. You know, I don't know how much a cake. I didn't know you could buy cake at Nando's. Honestly, that's news to me. So we're gonna patch this up now. We could later unpatch it up, but for now, let's just leave a hole there, just so future me falls into it as a punishment for his. Oh no! You know, future me does not deserve this. There we go. We're like mostly good. Okay, so where'd the raid go? Please don't tell me it despawned as soon as I said I was going to kill it. Is that it over there? Did it? Man, it despawned. Oh, I was going to have some fun with it. Oh, well, that is a bummer. Really? I was like, oh, okay, I can't let that thing explode. I've got some lighting up to do. Honestly, I think, yeah, we should... I want to fight a raid. Chat, where's my raid? Everything you look at's in the past. What do you get from Nando's, Toy Cat? Running out of money to donate. I either go for the butterfly chicken or the thighs. Like, I can't do a bone meat. Like, oh, I like my food to have inedible bits mixed in there. Like, no, that's not my feeling on the world. And obviously the peri-peri fries, very good. Honestly, I would go to Nando's and just eat peri-peri fries. Like, I think that would be good. I think that would be a happy experience for me. The spicy rice is also A tier. And the garlic bread's better than you'd expect for bread that comes from a chicken place. And yeah, I'm a big Nando's believer. Also, we get birch saplings, we get pumpkin seeds, we get rooted dirt, we get brown mushrooms, and I mean, I meant to buy these, right? I don't know if I really. What am I gonna do with all these tropical fish? I don't even know. As an American, I don't know what Nando's is. Please tell. So, if you don't know about the British Cultural Institution, known as the Cheeky Nando's, then that's good. That's good. You should keep it that way. Anyway, it's midnight in the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. I wanted to keep the stream going because I'm trying to target as my new norm like 4-ish hours. That's the goal. It's a little bit of a stretch sometimes, maybe, but it's what I'm going for. It's obviously gonna be hard, especially during Streamless, where I'm streaming every single day. But I had a blast hanging out with everyone on this particular one. Gotta make sure that I get some. So tomorrow will be Q&A day. There's a lot of video stuff I need to work on. It's very important, especially given it's December. It's an important month for videos. So I hope that you enjoyed this. Remember to sleep if it rains without thunder. That is a good pro tip. Did it rain without thunder? I think it did. I'm pretty sure it did. Anyway, yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, then like it. If you didn't like it, then didn't like it. Maybe even dislike it. Episode 45, I'm going to be... is it 45 coming up next? Yeah. Episode 45 is going to be... honestly, I really... Look at that scale of that. That is insane to look at. Episode 45, I can expand, grow this a little bit maybe. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So I look forward to seeing you over there. Thank you for streams. Thank you for the long stream. Have a nice weekend. Indeed, all of you too. So yeah, tomorrow will not be SUPERFLAT though. SUPERFLAT will be on Sunday or something. Tomorrow, we're either doing Minecraft, but I'm a gamer, or it's going to be Christmas related streams. Or maybe I just make up something new and we pretend we were doing that all along. Who knows for sure, but I'll see you next time. Good.